high, man. I like this. We back. They're like, where you go? Where you been from? Huh? Cool. I'm back. Back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot what I had. Wipe me down with a rag. Cool. God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back. I'm back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot who I am. Wipe me down with a rag. Yeah, God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back in my bed like a ransom. Back in my bed like I'm snacking. I go through a lot, so my heart is heavy. I'm moving weight like a fat kid. I got so much going on in my head, I feel like an improper fraction. There's no in between, I'm either black and white. I guess I feel like Michael Jackson. I'm the man like Pac. I'm well trained on the track. They make you pick the kindness of the shirt, but leave the trash on the rack. I don't rap, I attack. I'm on point like a tag. I see some people get mad, cause I was gone, but now I'm back. Back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot what I had. Wipe me down with a rag. Cool. God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back. I'm back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot who I am. Wipe me down with a rag. Yeah, God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back in. They looking like who let them cats in, but I'm not a cat, I'm not a dog. If I'm not the goat, I'm a drag in. They ducking the fade and they quack in. I know some grown men who wanna act in, cause they'll know they'll never be the man again. Not just that like I'm a mannequin, cause they don't deserve a reaction. They funny acting, they got me laughing. I'm back in my bed like I'm packing. I travel cause I'm in the NBA and y'all packed in. I don't have it all, but I'm not lacking. I'm not harassing, I'm just asking if I can take it out like an extraction. I got so much drama and I'm back in. Reverse, play this song at the church. God is great, God is good. My girl is bad and I'm worse. I stomp on the beat like I'm Kurt. I wear it out like some merch. God said the last gon' be first, so I got it popping like a perk. You can play this game from the bleachers, so I practice everything I'm preaching. Don't call me fam, cause we ain't related. If you got my blood, it's cause you leeching. I be on stages, but I don't act. I'ma last forever, but don't got no task. I feel like Jesus gonna play this song when the sky crashed. Like I was gone, but now I'm back. Back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot what I had. Wipe me down with a rag. Cool. God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back. I'm back in my bag. Been gone so long, I almost forgot who I am. Wipe me down with a rag. Yeah, God is good, my girl is bad. I was gone, but now I'm back. And I should've never left. It's that high, man. Oh, they gon' ride. They gon' ride.
FYF Sports, man. We back. NBA scoreboards here. Warriors Celtics game has started. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's the scoreboard when we're going to be covering the game from start to finish, giving you guys our analysis of what we think is going to happen. And while we do so, again, we're going to feature some of the hottest tracks that you guys create. Right? This is music that you guys create and send over to FYF Sports. The score is currently 18-9. Celtics are off to a hot start. It looks like Wiggins is playing well. I kind of expected this. I expected this out of the Celtics to come out strong, right? You got the momentum of the crowd behind you, but can they keep it up? We're going to go ahead and get to the music, man. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you spam up the comments, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all those things. Y'all know what time it is here at FYF Sports, man. If you got any special requests on the tracks, if you're an artist yourself and you want to send in some music, hit us up, business@fyfsports.com. Shoot us that music while we on the timeout, man. I'm going to try to add it to the playlist for the night, man. But again, salute to Ill Will Beats for providing the music for the night, man. Wiggins with 4 early points. Jaylen Brown, you guys see with 10 early. Can Tatum get going? Can Klay Thompson get going? I think those are going to be some of the biggest question marks on the night. Those are the players that are really going to carry them to victory. We know what Tatum and we know what Curry are going to both do. But what about the others? And that's what the others is what hurt. The others is what hurt Boston in game 2. Will the others prove to be, will the others prove to be more efficient in game 3? Just like we saw in game 1. There's been a lot of chatter around YouTube. A lot of people are saying refs this, ref that. Everybody wants to blame the refs. All right, do you guys believe? I want you to spam up the chat. Do you honestly believe that the refs are gonna have that much of a factor on this game? Do you think they're gonna control it to that degree? You guys let me know. And I want you guys, I'm gonna put the poll in the chat as well. But I want you guys to let me know who you guys think is going to be the difference maker in this particular game. See a lot of you guys in the chat. Salute to Black Prize, right? Salute to Dejon Marcus. Salute to everybody that's pulled up today. I want you guys, when I put this poll in, I'm going to really need to know from you guys, who do you have winning this game? All right, as I do that, you guys just go ahead and rock out to the music. We on the timeout, 18-9. Celtics got the momentum right now. And then did you go to FanDuel Sportsbook? So any of you guys go to FanDuel Sportsbook and drop your bets on this game? I know I did, right? A lot of people, man, you gotta get into the sportsbook betting. Something called positive EV betting that's gonna really allow you to really balance the scales and give you the same odds that the bookkeepers have and put you in advantage when you place your bets. All right, game has started back up. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Boston with the ball. Can Boston expound on this lead? That's the thing. And can Boston fall out of that? Boston sometimes gets into these little funks where they play ISO ball and they go on these scoring droughts at 3 minutes. And that really, really hurts. That really, really hurts their chances of winning games. They can't afford to go on those droughts. The Golden State Warriors, for whatever reason, they can withstand those scoring issues or scoring droughts. Horford with a bucket right there, scores 20-9. Warriors are struggling to score right now, though. And this is one of those scoring droughts where I feel like somehow the Warriors find a way to sustain. 11 rebounds on the night already. Already for the Boston Celtics. And salute Brandon. He said he likes the format. Salute, man. Yeah, I like this a little bit better right now. We can really stay locked in on the game as opposed to when we just have the open panel sometimes. Sometimes it can get kind of hectic, get out of control. We kind of lose touch on the focus of the night, and the focus for the day is the game. So we want to lock in, really digest what we're seeing, break down real game footage, what we actually seeing. Jaylen Brown with another bucket right there, 12 points on the night for him, 22-9. It looks like Boston is taking control of this game early. And we've seen Golden State getting into these funks. All right, get into these funks where they struggle to score. Porter Jr. with a blocked 3-point shot by Horford right there. Black Price, salute, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, when I do these things, it's y'all feedback that drives it, Bucket right there by Steph Curry, 1 and 2 from the field, 11-24. Can the Golden State Warriors sustain this run? Right? Remember, the Boston Celtics are a front-running type of team. They're a front-running team. When you allow them to play from the lead, they are great. They are great because their defense is so stellar, right? And it gives them that extra leeway to make mistakes. And we know this young team is prone to make mistakes. But But they're scoring the ball really well right now. Horford is stepping up big already, 26-11. So this is a big time first quarter for them because their defense is proven to be elite. They cannot stop Horford, right? They cannot stop Brown. And they're up to 26-11 already in the first quarter. The Golden State Warriors got some questions to rectify because we know this Warrior team is prone to blowouts. We've seen them get blown out by the Memphis Grizzlies in an untimely fashion when they had an opportunity to really put that series away. Now is not the time for the Warriors to have one of those letdown games. We look at the rebound stats. Rebounds, they're getting out rebounded 13-3 already. Rebounding is something that's helped Golden State get here. They're not out rebounding them right now. He says, remember the 2-3-2 formats of the 90s? Yeah, I actually didn't like that. That 2-3-2 format is almost kind of an advantage for the road team. I mean, all they have to do is steal one at home. They got 3 home games in a row. If they steal one at your place, you got a long road. I didn't like the 2-3-2 format, but I think the NBA did that back then because of travel. And sometimes you having teams travel cross country, and I think back then the travel accommodations were just highly restricted. Just made it a little bit more difficult. But I like the changes that they made so far. 26-11. I'm dropping a poll in the chat. You guys let me know you have winning this game. He says, yeah, you can't let a team with an elite defense get ahead early. It's fact. That's what I'm saying. Especially this Boston team, when we've seen Boston play ahead from the beginning, they usually finish those games pretty strong. I mean, what's going to determine the outcome of this game to me is how Golden State finishes this first quarter. If they can eat into this lead, let's say if they can go on a run, 28-17, 26-17, something like that. I don't expect them to take the lead or do anything crazy like that, but they're going to have to cut into this lead mightily, right? Because you cannot allow them to compound on this lead and add to it coming out of this timeout. And Golden State, for whatever reason, struggled against Boston in ATO situations. They've done a good job after timeout situations of busting up these plays, taking away the easy buckets that they generally get after these timeouts. We're going to let the beat ride while this timeout goes. Celtics Lord says Warriors going to win this game by 40. Not looking that way. We're going to let the beat ride while I drop the poll in the chat. All right, game started back up. AO 2 said Clay is a walking trash can right now. You say that now. And then he explodes for 40. So be careful when you say that. Boston with the ball. Come out the timeout. They immediately stop them from scoring, so that's a good sign. Step of Faith Ministry says a horse that shit don't. He says a horse that shit fast don't shit long. Believe that. Hey, I feel that. Another missed shot. They're struggling from the field. 5 and 9 from the 2-point range. Can Poole get going? Can this Warrior bench get going? Poole has really been the wild card for this team. He's given them so much scoring off the bench that you really kind of forget that they don't really have that much scoring depth on the bench. And when he's not making shots, it really kind of shows. Bucket right there, 13-26. 13-point lead. Can they cut it down to 10 or less than that before this quarter ends? Cam T, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up the FYF Sports. TZ Sports. I'm going to have to check your channel out one day. He says they don't need Clay. I believe they do need Clay. Free throw made by Marcus Smart right there. TZB, he says the game doesn't start to the third. I mean, you could say that, but you don't want to go into the third down 20. They're down 15 right now. That's not a great start. Now, we've seen the Warriors make big-time comebacks coming into that third quarter. We've seen them do that. They did it against Memphis. Down 14 at the half, come right back out, kill the lead, take the lead, and win the game. He says they need to build before that third quarter. Yeah, they do. But again, we see Boston's always, throughout this entire playoffs, Boston's always had good first quarters. It's those dull moments in the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter that's what kills them. He said, man, the Celtics playing great defense. I mean, that's what they do. They play great defense. But how long can they keep this up? Shoot foul by White, 15 to 30, 2 minutes to go in this quarter. We got to see how they sustain. All right, about to drop the poll in the chat. Let's get this poll up to at least 1,500 votes today. We tried to push for more last time. We got right under 1,500. We got to get at least 1,500 votes on this poll today. Who do you guys have winning this game? Golden State Warriors or the Boston Celtics? You see the score, 30-16. It looks like the Celtics have a grasp on this game. Are you going to be fooled by the score, right? Or are you going to go with the team, the more experienced team? All right, the chat is up, man. Make sure you guys spam, the poll is up. Make sure you guys spam up those votes. Let us know who you got. Uh-oh, he said, bro, he said it's over. 30-17, and you saying it's over? I don't know if you could do that just yet. I don't know if you can ever do that with this Golden State Warrior team. It's 30-20 now. The game's not over. That's why I said if they can eat into this lead, maybe get it under 10 going into the second quarter, that's really a great position to be in, especially when they play bad. Remember, Warriors have stretches where they play bad, but for whatever reason, they still find a way to stay in the game. That's the question. That's the biggest thing right there for the Warriors. They're a very sneaky and experienced team. And they know how to not allow the game to get completely away from them, even though we have seen them do that in this playoff a couple times. Step of Faith says, mark this, Warriors will walk them down. They're saying, he said that's saying on movie colors about the Bulls. It could be true. TZB Sports, he says if Clay does that, just catch and shoot. He's valuable. Yeah. 33-20 though. The Warriors cannot allow them to start chucking up a lot of threes at a high volume note and make them. We saw how that affected game 2. They shot 10 of 19 in the first half in game 2. The Warriors did a good job of coming out in that second half. They shot 5 of 18 in that second half. That was the difference in the game. When you allow Boston to make threes, they win. When you take away the three-point line, their scoring efficiency completely goes down. They don't really have a lot of variation to their offense if they're not making threes. Yeah, Brown is on fire. Brown is unstoppable. I don't know why Kerr is going away from Kuminga, but I really would try Kuminga or adding length on that floor so he sees more bodies and sees more length. Peyton's jump is slower than usual. Hey, well, score is 33-21. First quarter is getting close to ending. You guys make sure you spam your votes up now. Don't do your vote at the end of the game when you know who's won. Spam your votes up now. Who do you have winning this game? Celtics or Warriors? This is, will Jaylen Brown go over 23.5 tonight? That's a good question. I believe he goes over to. Anytime the Warriors, anytime the Boston Celtics are at home, I always go with Tatum for the under and Brown for the over. 33-22, 11-point lead. Shit, still too close. End of the first quarter we have right there. I mean, like I said, the Warriors did it. I think as bad as the Warriors played, I think the best thing you could take out of it, and I would say this to my team sometimes, there was a few times when we went to halftime down, and I would look up and I'd be like, I don't know how we're only down 10, 11 points, something like that, because we've been playing atrocious. So that means all we got to do is start playing better, play our style of ball, and I think that's what the Warriors need to focus on. How can they get back to playing their style of ball? And salute to Ill Will on the beats. Appreciate him dropping these beats on us. Couple new beats added in here today as Jaylen Brown knocks down another tough shot. Or actually, he says Jaylen Brown is outperforming Tatum this finals. Do you believe so? I mean, but you got to think that it's hard for Tatum because you got to think the Warriors came in with absolute focus on Tatum. I mean, it's Brown's responsibility to step up. Salute to One Cool P just pulling up. She says, hello to everyone. What's good, FYF Sports? What's good, One Cool P? Toot Robinson, what's good? Haven't seen you in a while. Flip Phone, he says salute. FYF, man, appreciate you pulling up, Flip Phone. Shay Vita, I see you in the chat. Appreciate you pulling up the FYF Sports tonight, man. No, the clock is just wrong. It's still caught up. The clock is just wrong on that. So just ignore the clock. It's gonna get fixed here in a second. That's why you see the possession still going. Possession gonna be Boston's. 8 of 23 from the field for the Warriors in that first quarter. Struggling to score. He said that DHO split action ain't mean nothing, not yet. It's not about it always working. Plays are not meant to work every single time. It's over the course of a game. Can you get your play to work 60% of the time? Can you get it to work? Right? Can you get your plays to work, 75% of the time on certain actions? You have to play the percentages. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Thinking a play is going to work every single time is just not wise. Just called me out. He said, Lamont really said the Warriors win in game 3 and 4. That's what I believe. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong.
Papa, you crazy for this one.
35-22. Warriors with the ball. Can they make a run? We normally see them make runs in the third quarter. Looks like they're going to have to make somewhat of a run in the fourth quarter. Cannot let this game get away from them. A lot of people were talking about Draymond Green's temperament this game. A lot of people were talking about his temperament. I want you guys, do you guys think that's going to be a major factor in this game? And then some people were saying maybe try to entice him into text. Should the Celtics fall into that trap of trying to bait Draymond into text, or should they just ignore him and play their game? I don't know if this Celtics team is experienced enough to lure him into text while also locking in and focusing on winning this game. The number 4, he said, let's get it, Celtics. 224 says, what Laker fans are rooting for Boston? Well, I mean, I would only assume the Laker fans that I know rooting for Boston are Laker fans that don't want to see Steph Curry get another ring in this era. You know, because LeBron James is, you know, in this era has 4 chips. That's the most, you know, in this era. And then if Steph Curry wins another chip, then there's got to be some real consideration of where you placing him all time. He's had one of the greatest careers that we've ever watched, on top of having major impact on the NBA. Cam T says just ignore him. He'll get frustrated and foul out. He doesn't foul out a lot. He definitely doesn't foul out a lot. So I don't know if he'll foul out. He has 1 foul right now. TZP Sports says the word antics is insulting. I don't know. I mean, Draymond Green does talk a lot. I consider that talking, the extra chatter. I consider that antics. It's Lamont. Saw where the rim was too high. Yeah, I saw that. Wiggins 0 for 3 from the three-point line. Wiggins is going to have to find his shot really soon here. 39-25, 14-point lead. He says Boston can just play their game and Green going to get the tech. That's who he is. It's not necessarily. Green is smarter than you guys give him credit for. I think when he gets texts, he knows what he's doing. Now this is the NBA Finals. I don't believe he's going to put this team in jeopardy by getting texts. Yeah, spam up the like. Please smash that like button, everybody. Klay Thompson with a bucket. Can he get going? Is going to be the X factor in this game. 39-27. Can Klay Thompson get going? I am your guy. 76 says Curry needs multiple Finals MVPs to get in the top 15. Why? Why? When there's a lot of players in that top 15 that played in an era where there was Finals MVPs didn't exist. A lot of players in the top 15 played in an era where defensive first teams didn't exist. Some of the awards that we see now didn't even exist. Why does the award? How come we just need to judge them on a performance? Especially when we know Finals MVP is a media-driven award, especially in this era. MVPs were much more credible back in the 70s when the players voted for them. Now they're voted on by the media, so they lose a little bit of credibility. TZP4, yeah, I like Pritchard out of college. He came out of Oregon. I always was a big fan of his out of Oregon. He was a winner. So I thought that was a great draft pick by the Boston Celtics. Cop Killer says Golden State getting owned by Boston. Their easy work for the Celtics, 42-27, is looking that way right now. As Golden State is floundering. And it's just looking like Boston's just scoring the ball really easy. Memphis is looking like they're scoring the ball really easy. Salute, Tackable Pine. Appreciate you pulling up. How many we got in the chat today? Oh, yes, sir. 559 in the chat across all platforms. Appreciate everybody pulling up to FYF Sports. Hey, yo, Time said if Steph had a Finals MVP, no one would say it's a media award and it's overrated. I mean, even if he had one, we would still say it's a media award. It is. I mean, it is. I mean, because honestly, if it was supposed to go to the best player in a particular series, then there are some series where the player on the losing team has clearly been the best player. It's an award that's been changed. It only goes to the best player on the winning team. I mean, I don't know what the true definition of it is. It's a great accolade to have. It is an indication of greatness, but I think a lot of people put far too much weight in Finals MVPs. Because how much weight are you putting in Andre Iguodala's Finals MVP? When he retires, how much weight are you putting that in his career? We have to look at that. I don't know. I think it's just too much weight. Remember, the Finals MVP is for a 7-game stretch, not for an entire season or an entire playoff run. I mean, they're not even in that position without Steph Curry.
Young Millie.
He said Sherry's performance in the finals. Curry's performance in the finals have been lackluster. No, it's not. I mean, he's averaging 25 a game in the NBA Finals. That's not lackluster. When has 25 a game been lackluster? He averages 9.5 points per game in the fourth quarter in the finals. When is that lackluster? Where are y'all getting y'all numbers from? He's fourth all time in fourth quarter points in the NBA Finals at 9. When people say he's not clutch. Where are y'all getting these numbers from? Not lackluster. He's just dealing with 1,000 double teams. Robert Williams scores right there, and the Celtics are really going to the paint. You see the buckets that Horford and Robert Williams are getting? They're punishing the Golden State Warriors with this small lineup. Great coaching strategy by Udoka, man. Great at making adjustments. He says MVP awards don't belong in team sports. Awards should be based on stats. Scoring, assists, plus, minus. I don't know. I don't think awards should be based on stats. I think it's more so impact. Impact and stats should be combined. I think context that needs to be given. He said when it's below a season average. Well, yeah. I mean, when the game slows down, I am your God. You got to think regular season is much slower than the playoffs. So the pace is slowing down. The amount of possessions you have are fewer. Your opportunities to score are going to go down. And he's still averaging 25 a game in the finals, which is great. Which is might have been 1 point below his average, maybe. Come on, y'all. I mean, we just got to stop. Salute to Melissa Halliday pulls up again. She said they just got to keep the vibe in the second half. I know you walking on eggshells. I know you nervous. I know they got this lead now, but I know you nervous for that third quarter Golden State run. Jason Tatum knocks down a 3. They're allowing too many threes already. Y'all hit that cash app to support FYF Sports Debates Podcast. We got the scoreboard running. We got Celtics fans in here. We got Warriors fans in here alike. We got the music running, man. You guys hit the cash app to support the channel, man. We got 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Celtics are up 49-34. Shooting 19-31 from the field. They're shooting 61% from the field, 6-13 from the three-point line. So they significantly reduced the number of threes that they're taking. They're making a more concerted effort to get to the paint. They just scored another bucket right there, 51. I mean, Golden State's going to have to find a way. With Jordan Poole making a bucket there, 51-36, they're going to have to find a way to get consistent stops against this team because they're allowing the Celtics team to score far too easy. Jason Tatum knocks down another three, 54-36, up 18. And 54-39 is Golden State. Jordan Poole comes back with another three. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Can Golden State cut to this lead so they can make one of those renowned third quarter runs? Tatum with another bucket, man. Tatum with another bucket. That's 8 points in a row. 56-39. Fast-paced game. And the Warriors just allowing the Celtics team to score far too easy. Melissa Halliday says, I'm not nervous. She says, I know you're nervous. I'm not nervous. I might actually go back to FanDuel Sportsbook and double down, even though, because now I know the odds are really going to be heavily in the Celtics' favor. I might make another bet on FanDuel Sportsbook that Golden State to win this game. I told you the Boston fans are in here heavy. They are in here heavy, man. And this is a must-win game. Jason Tatum with 17, Tatum with 11, 6-9 from the field. Brown with a ton of threes. Horford, 3 of 3 from the field. He's got going early. Smart with 6 points. So they're finding a way to get the others going while their main guys are also hot as well. Yeah, Tatum's starting to light them up. We saw that 8 points in a row. Them flurries right there will hurt you. 5 minutes to go in the second half. What can the Warriors do to counter all of the punches that Boston's been throwing? I know. I remember the bet, Melissa Halliday. I'm not worried about it. I got $10 on the line, but see, you got 30 on the line. I'm not worried about it.
D-Mark got that heat.
Reinvent yourself, said Curry already in foul trouble. I am your guy says you better not. Why not? Boston with a timeout. 56-39, 5:31 left in this second quarter. John Marcus says Celtics is 6. I don't know, man. Klay Thompson with 12, Jaylen Brown with 17, Curry. They found a way to quell him. 21 rebounds to 8 has been one of the biggest differences in this game. The passing has been immaculate from Horford, 14 assists. Boston's hitting on all cylinders right now. All things are pointing to Boston getting out of Game 3 with the win and the series lead. Can they hold on? Black Pride 123 said, "Don't run off like King Cali." I know Black Pride, man. Black Pride. Like I said, I'm so disappointed in King Cali. I wish he wouldn't have ran off like that. Man, that's why I don't like betting, because when they lose, I lose a subscriber when I win a bet. I don't believe Miss Alyssa Halliday's gonna run off on me though. Flip Phone says Celtics in 5. I haven't heard that one yet. I've heard some bold takes from Celtics fans. I haven't heard Celtics in 5. Celtics can't guard teams that use split actions. By the way, they can't. They struggle with them. But we also see that they're running more drop coverages, and they're running more zone looks too. So they're not switching as much as they normally do. They still are switching, but they're not switching the entire game like they did against the Miami Heat. Cop Killer says, FYF, too late, brother. The Celtics have thrown the knockout blow in the first half. Is over. All right. I mean, if you believe that, I mean, you still got 2 more quarters. Do you think the Celtics are literally going to walk into the locker room at halftime and be like, yeah, we can kick back. The game's over. Against this Warrior team? Yeah, you can't. I'm not necessarily worried. Now, are there there's some indicators in this game that I don't like. There's some things going on from the Warriors that I don't like. I don't like the low number assist, the team assist. They're getting severely out rebounded, but that's primarily because Boston's making every shot and there just aren't many rebounds to grab. But Kerr will make adjustments. Udoka will come back with some different things, so we'll see how the third quarter looks. But we also got 5 more minutes left in this half, so we have to see how this half even ends. Celtics lore said drop coverage won't work. It depends. You can selectively run drop coverages if you're smart about it. You can run drop coverage on when Peyton has the ball. I mean, you can run you can actually still run drop coverage when Clay has the ball. I mean, Clay has a quick release, so you have to be, you have to be nice with it. But I mean, there are certain players where you can run it on. Golden State with the bucket, 56-42. They've cut the lead. They've cut into that lead. 5 minutes to go. That's a lot of time. Salute to Retro for pulling up. Retro, you gotta hit me up with some more music, man. And salute to One Cool Pete, man. Always supporting the channel. You guys gotta smash the like on this stream. Hit the subscribe. Do all that. Support the channel. I appreciate you guys being here as Golden State scores another bucket. Wiggins, 4-5 from the 2-point range. 56-44. The lead is now 12. 4 minutes to go in this half. Marcus Smart with another turnover. Golden State with the ball. Can they make a run? And Golden State makes another bucket. Steph Curry with the 3. Cuts the lead to 9 points. And just as a lot of you guys were, going a little, we got to calm down. Told you. Timeout, Boston. Lead is already dwindled down to single digits with 4 minutes to go in this half. Man, we got to let the beat ride on that run because I told you I was about runs. With the 3-point line in the NBA, no lead is safe. And if you have just one bad moment, it's a wrap. Lakers said I sent money. Let me check. I'm about to give everybody shout outs. I'm going to check that right now, Lakers. I'm going to let the beat ride though. Somebody said, so who's blocked in the chat? I just saw the cash apps come through. We got Step of Faith in the cash app. Salute to Step of Faith Ministries hitting the cash app. Appreciate you for the donation to the channel. And then we got, I think it's that Ball is Life in the cash app. So is that Ball is Life? He says, can you unblock my account? This is Ball is Life. I got you. I didn't know you were blocked. I don't block anybody, Ball is Life. So I'm about to go check it right now. It's just extremely hard to check it when I'm live. But I'll actually do that for you, man. Ball is Life. I know you're consistent. You're a consistent supporter of the channel, so I definitely got to check that out. He says, y'all seen Showtime cook ticket early? Well, Black Pride. It's not that difficult to cook ticket TV. When you have somebody making emotional takes versus somebody who in Showtime who can make emotional takes from time to time, he actually has a lot of basketball knowledge. He's going to come with the facts. And he's not going to be driven by just emotions. I mean, that like I said, that's easy. It's just Boston playing well, but can they keep it up? Warriors Being out rebounded 21-10. I saw that too. That's something to worry. That's something you want to keep your eye on. And you want to keep your eye on the fact that Boston shooting 61% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. That's big. With Klay Thompson looking like he might have a really good game. Ball is life. I'm about to check on that for you right now. Hold on, let me let the beat ride. I got to check on Ball is life, man. Somehow he got blocked.
Got the hit, boy.
Back from timeout. Horford with a missed three. Offensive rebound to the Celtics. Can the Warriors cut into this lead? Another missed three. Another offensive rebound though. And Ball is life. Look, I'm still trying to figure out how to go in here and unblock people because I don't do it that much. I'm about to figure it out for you though. Golden State with the ball. 3:44 left in the half. Lead is 10. 59-49. 2:59 to go in this half. He says, go Warriors. He says, shout out, please. Rose Barbershop. Hopefully I said the name right. But hey, y'all, hey, look, I salute all great barbers, man. You got to send me some pictures of your work. If you send me pictures of your work, I'll show it on the screen. If you're nice with the razor and the clippers, I got you. But salute to Rose Barbershop in the chat, man. Appreciate you pulling up to FYF Sports, man. 2 minutes to go in the half. It looks like the Celtics are cooling off to a certain degree. Can their defense hold And they scored a bucket right there off the steal. Jaylen Brown with another bucket. 61-49. Is this lead big enough though? All right, I found it, Baller's Life. I'm going to see if you're in the Brock list. Timeout, 61-49. This Boston defense still on point. They holding for it. I give them credit. Golden State made a run. They came out of the timeout. They held their fort. Now we got another timeout before we get to the end of the second half. So it's about runs this game. And the problem and the good thing about the Celtics, one thing they gotta focus and lock in on is that this is a game of segments of 2 to 3 minutes. They cannot lose these 2 to 3 minute segments. They can't come out this next 2 minutes and lose this next 2 minutes. And we've seen so many teams, especially at the end of the half, kind of let up, take their foot off the gas. Scoring goes down, defense goes down, and then a lead that should be double digits, they go into halftime with a single digit. Celtics gonna have to watch. And Baller's Lights, I don't see you on the block list, man. I don't know if you think you blocked or what. I'm not seeing you in here. Somebody blocked Kirk. He can't be blocked. I'm looking through it though. We're gonna get you taken care of. Warriors missed a shot. Jaylen Brown, 7 rebounds already. I think that's already over the FanDuel number for him. So if you pick Jaylen Brown for over 7 rebounds in FanDuel, it's probably a good selection right there because he's rebounding the ball really well. Oh, there you go, Baller's Life. I just got you off Baller's Life. I don't know how you got blocked, man. My apologies for that.
Hey, yo, cut off. Run that back, Toretto.
66-54. 46 seconds to go in the half. 66-56. Curry with another bucket. We about to, as soon as halftime hits, we gonna go through the box score. Talk about what we see, anything that's trending towards either team's favor. Michael Wilson in the chat says, let's go. Golden State. A lot of, like I said, we about split 50-50 in the chat. Marcus Smart with another bucket. The others on this team are doing a great job. Of making shots. So Celtics Lord said, mods acting crazy in the chat. No, we not. We got one cool P in here. I don't think the mods are doing nothing too crazy. Our mods are usually pretty solid. When I'm looking through this list, I don't see too many names that don't belong. Most of them just the troll accounts that be posting those crazy links. He said he needs to sit Draymond before he picks up his 3rd foul. It would be smart with 15 seconds to go. But again, it's just 15 seconds. I think Draymond's smart enough to play without fouling. 68-56. Celtics with a 12-point lead. Can they extend it on this last possession? Uncle P, you going for the Celtics? I see all that green. You going for the Celtics too? Hold on, let me check the cash app. I think a few of you guys hit it. Halftime is here, 68-56. Celtics shooting 58% from the floor, 8 of 17 from the three-point line. 31 rebounds to 15 is the major difference right now. Can the Warriors start defending a little bit better so the Celtics aren't shooting such a high percentage? All right, well, let's pull up the box score so we can get to some of these numbers. And as One Cool P said, man, you here at FYL Sports. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't been here before, appreciate you guys pulling up. Celtics fans, Warrior fans alike. This is the NBA scoreboard, man. We're going to talk you through the game as it happens. We're going to put the numbers, we're going to put context to the numbers, and we're going to try to give you guys our best prediction of who we think is going to win this game and also win the series. Jaylen Brown with 22 in this one. Klay Thompson, much better outing, 15 points early in this one. Much improved playmaker. And Jason Tatum with 5 assists. You have to give him kudos for that. In this series, we've seen the man struggle with his shot, even though in this game he's been making it. But he's also found a way, like we saw in game 1, to make an impact on the offense with his playmaking. He had 13 assists in game 1. He already has 5 in this game. Big improvement in his game right there. He's finding a way to be impactful even when he's not scoring the ball. And that's something that you have to look to when you're looking at a young team that's looking to build and become a championship team. And then salute to everybody pulling up. Look, if y'all want the live post-game show where we bring you guys up onto the live panel, we got to get the Cash App to $100 right now. We at $13. If you want the live show, if you want where you guys come into the live panel and we chop it up, you guys got to get the Cash App. TZP Sports says, is the lack of motion because Curry is hurt? I don't know. I mean, again, the Warriors offense is built on a lot of motion, so it's about everybody. And you just got to give kudos and credit to this Boston Celtics defense. They've been kind of blowing up a lot of the action, so you have to give props to them for watching a lot of film, being well prepared. I mean, you just got to give them props. You got to shake their hand. Now we just have to look to the adjustments that Steve Kerr makes during this halftime. We're going to get to the box score numbers. 12-point lead. Boston started this game off hot. They took the lead from the jump. They haven't relinquished it. They've played great basketball to this point. I mean, essentially, they've played close to a perfect game. You really can't ask them to play much better. We're going to start with the Warriors. Warriors right now, Draymond Green, 0 points. Remember last game, he was much more assertive on the offensive end. And just by him being more aggressive on the offensive end, we saw how that impacted this Golden State Warriors team. But 0 points for Draymond. He's only taken 1 shot this game, 0-1 for the three-point line. I think that's something you got to watch for. They can't win if Draymond Green is not seeking out his shot whenever they're giving him open looks. Wiggins with 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field. Looney with 4, Curry with 14, 6 of 10 from the field. So he's having a pretty decent game. And Klay Thompson with 15, right? 4, 9, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. Then we have Bialika. He's only played 3 minutes, 0 points. Porter Jr., 3 points, 1 and 2 from the three-point line. And Jordan Poole, Jordan Poole, the guy that's been the biggest difference maker in the league coming off the bench. And this is a guy that people are saying could get a max contract. 5 points, 2 or 3 from the field, 1 or 1 from the three-point line in 12 minutes. Again, has Boston found a way to nullify what Jordan Poole does well? Because I think by them stifling him, they're killing that bench scoring for this Warrior team. And now this bench is looking, where do we get our scoring from? Jordan Poole's going to have to find a way to be more effective on the floor. And similar to Tatum, if you're not scoring, if you're struggling to score, how can you be more effective with regards to playmaking and getting others involved? When we go to the Celtics, Tatum with 11 points in this one, 5 assists, as we said earlier. 4-10 from the field. When we go to Horford 7 points. Really good start for Horford, who had a sluggish game 2. Robert Williams with 4 points. Marcus Smart with 10. Again, another guy who had a sluggish performance in game 2, right? Getting off to a good start today. Brown with 22 points, 8 of 13 from the field. Will he keep that type of scoring up? In the past, we've seen him cool off a lot or, for whatever reason, take his foot off the gas. Does he do that again? TZP said it's Bielitsa. Okay, Bielitsa, not Bielitsa. Okay, I got you. Appreciate that. We got Grant Williams with 4 off the bench. Derek White with 7. Again, another guy that struggled in game 2, already with 7. And then we have Pritchard with 3 points as well. So they've only went 3 deep on the bench, while the Warriors have went 5 deep on the bench. Is that a concern for the Celtics going down the stretch? The fact that they're not using many players off the bench, right? And outside of Williams, White, and Pritchard, they really don't have a guy outside of Theis that you could really use. I don't know if they use Theis in this game, but will depth and fatigue start to become a factor in the third and fourth quarter because they're not using those guys. They're relying heavily on their starters. Can this Boston team win this game with just their starters alone? That's going to be a big question right there. That's something we have to look to right there. But when you look to the percentages, Boston is shooting pretty good for this game, right? 57% from the field, 8 of 18 from the three-point line. Right? Pretty good numbers. Again, you're going to have to look to that three-point line, right? I think that 44% from the three-point line is something that the Warrior defense needs to key in on. But the Warriors are shooting 48% from the field, and then they're shooting 7 of 19 from the three-point line, 36%. And again, I don't know if they need to make any major tweaks outside of finding a way to get Jordan Poole going. That's what we need. That's what we need to figure out. How do they get him going? Just Blaze in the chat. He says the Celtics better hope they don't cool off because they shoot 59% at the half. And you know what? Just Blaze, we remember in game 2, we saw the Celtics cool off. We saw what happens when they cool off. And when those shots aren't so easy and those shots aren't going down, we see how this Celtic team look. When they face a little bit of adversity, when they're missing shots, it seems like they do collapse to a certain degree. That's something we want to watch for. Cam T says, I wish Boston was up more. I know. Remember, the same thing I said in game 1 when the Warriors were kind of playing raggedy, but they were up 12 at the end of that third. And I was saying to myself, I know the Warrior team wished they was up more than 12 because it just didn't feel like that 12-point lead was safe. And it wasn't, as we saw the 40-16 fourth quarter by the Celtics in game 1. Since Boston dominating down low, they are making a concerted effort to shoot less threes or less jumpers. They're looking to go to Robert Williams a little bit more, so, kudos to them. He says, for me and the troll account both got blocked. Oh, so Baller's Life, did you get accidentally blocked when we were blocking the troll account? My apologies for that. Like I said, it's just kind of weird. I don't think anybody would just block you. Appreciate you letting me know, though. We at halftime, 68-56. Can you guys spam up the votes? Y'all see the poll in the chat. Do you guys believe? Now we see what's going on now at halftime. Right? Everybody has a feel for the game. Everybody knows what Golden State can do in the third. Everybody knows that the Celtics are off to a hot start shooting the ball. Spam up that poll now. Spam up that poll now. Who do you think is winning this game? Especially if you haven't made your vote already. It's Tony R703. He says, I think the intensity is only getting started. I think so too. Because I think both teams, I think the one thing Kerr is going to be talking about in the locker room is the importance of this game 3. Similar to the importance of game 1. Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to get back in this game. And with this Boston Celtic team, it's not about just getting back in the game. They have to take a sizable lead because this team is crazy enough to come back from any deficit. He says, always watch out for those third quarter Warrior runs. And that's been their signature this entire playoff. That was their signature in game 2. I mean, that was even their signature in game 1. I mean, they came out of the third quarter with a 12-point lead. It's been their signature this entire playoff. And I'm going to be really watching the first 5 minutes of the third quarter because I'm going to see if the Celtics, if they're going to continue to play aggressive or if they're going to play timid and just play to try to keep the lead as opposed to play to try to build on the lead. And I've seen some teams get themselves beat by doing that. Step of Faith Ministry says Curry just looked at Twitter. He did. Hey, you never know. But some of these numbers is just that rebounding edge, 31 to 16. That's really, really crazy right there. And they also have the offensive rebounding edge as well. I do believe when I check these numbers. So Golden State with 4 offensive rebounds. And when we look at we got 8 offensive rebounds to the Celtics. So they're getting out rebounded on both sides of the court. I mean, they're giving this team multiple shots on goal. When you look at Boston's taking 47 shots this game, while Golden State, they're taking 41 shots. So one of the reasons why Boston has this lead is they're just getting more shots on goal. They're getting more shots on goal. They're getting more looks up. I mean, they've made 7 more shots. I mean, that's really the only difference in the game. This is, as a coach, the one thing you can't do is you can't panic. If I'm a coach and I'm looking at some of these numbers, I'm going to look at these numbers and be like, we don't really need to change nothing. We need to make small tweaks here or there. Maybe to some defensive schemes, maybe mix it up, get back to showing a variation of different types of defenses. But I'm not really changing too much other than saying we need to defend a little bit better, force a few more misses, and we got to rebound the ball. That's really the only difference, because the second chance points is what's got Boston this lead. I want to look to this turnover number as well. So Boston with 8 turnovers in this one. In Golden State with 6 turnovers. So I think that turnover number is going to be key. Right, when Boston went on that small run and got the lead to 9, that was due to turnovers. Does Boston get sloppy? J Mar in the chat, he says, as long as Boston don't turn over the ball, they should be fine. I know, but that's a big if. That's a big if, J Mar. Especially when we know that the Warriors are going to come out to the second half and do something completely different on the defensive end. Hold on. Ball is life. Ball is life. What do you mean you're still blocked? How? I just unblocked you. There's no other accounts in here. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna look through one more time, Ball is life. Somebody block King. Why did somebody block King? Come on, y'all. Whoever blocking these people, y'all gotta chill. Somebody blocked Mr. Winters. He shouldn't be blocked. Creed says Boston in 7. We got Hudson. He says Boston got a habit of driving in the lane, jumping in the air, not knowing where to pass it. I know. And this is why a lot of coaches preach jump stopping and pivoting, reverse pivoting with the ball so you don't turn it over. Once you get in the air, you got very few options left once you're in the air. Shoot, pass, or turn the ball over. But if you're in a bad situation, though, sometimes those options aren't always there. Maybe this is something, and I think when you look to Udoka's probably in the locker room saying, look, we got the lead, we've been playing great. I'm not changing much. I'm saying we've been doing everything fine. Now let's make sure we don't fall into those bad habits of turning the ball over. Let's be patient. If we miss shots, it's okay. Let's get back and defend, right? And then we got to stay together as a team. Right, so it's very few changes that I think they need to make on their end. And just be prepared for the adjustments that the Warriors make. And if you see some adjustments that you didn't prepare for, call a timeout, talk about it, and stay together as a group. Ball is life. You're not blocked, man. I don't see another one in here. said, I'm looking through them all. We got Virgila Diop. He says Jason Tatum, Finals MVP. Well, I mean, I believe right now if the Celtics win this series, it would definitely go to Jaylen Brown. I don't think too many people would argue that. It would have to go to Jaylen Brown right now. Just don't know who else you would give it to. Yeah, ball is life. You're not blocked, man. So again, might have to reset your browser or something, but you're definitely not blocked. Third quarter under the way. Who throws the first blow? What adjustments are we gonna be watching for these adjustments? (70-56). Celtics make that first bucket. Says ball is life isn't blocked. He hurt. Yeah, he's not blocked. I don't know why he said that. Wiggins with the miss. We're at Ill Will on the Beach. Appreciate you guys pulling up to FYL Sports. Remember, we got to watch the rebounding battle. We got to watch Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole. As the Warriors make a bucket right there. Kevin Looney, 58-70. Can the Warriors make a run? They have to do it early. Jaylen Brown with a missed three. And again, we got to watch that three-point line too. Missed shot right there by Draymond Green. At least he's being aggressive shooting shots. Bucket by the Boston Celtics. Horford, 3 of 3 from the 2-point line. 72-58. Boston getting them easy buckets. That's a fact. Scoring way too easy. Bucket by Steph Curry. 72-61. And do y'all see this, y'all? Like, the one thing you want to watch for is this lead is just not growing. It feels like it's getting smaller and shrinking, even though it's very slow. Something we got to watch for. You can find yourself creeping into the lead, right? You miss a shot here, they come down, hit a three. You might hit a two, but they hit another three. I don't know, man. You gotta, like I said, they gotta have to find a way to get true stops and really build on this lead. You gotta make runs to do that. Like I said, it's about being aggressive at this stage. He said the Warriors are jumping out on defense now like they did in game 2 as they knock down another 3. Steph Curry, 64-72. The lead is now 8. And that lead is dwindling. Can they get a stop, though? That's the key. The Warriors as well have been struggling with getting consistent back-to-back stops. Curry makes bad decisions. He does. All players make bad decisions sometimes, especially great ones. They have to force the issue, especially when their teams are down. Curry with the missed block shot. Robert Williams. Boston with the ball. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Smart with 10 points. Horford with 9. Big respect. Squeeze Me says big respect to Boston. Golden State on the foul. Ball is life said Lamont blocked me. I didn't block you, man. I'm starting to think you're the troll account, Ball is life. I think this might be the troll account. You're not blocked, man. I'll look again after the stream, but from what I see, you're not blocked. Marcus Smart with the free throw, 74-64. Victor Johnson says the lead is too small. We got to watch for it. And again, salute to everybody that's new to the chat. Make sure when you come in, you hit the poll. Right? Make sure you come in, you hit the poll as well. Right? Because we want to get everybody's thoughts on who can win this game. 75-64. Marcus Smart knocks it down again. Golden State with the ball. Celtics are shooting 64% from the free throw line. Is that going to be a factor late in this game? Steph Curry with the turnover. 9 minutes to go in this half. Boston scores again. Jaylen Brown with another bucket. 77-64. Can Golden State get stops? The third quarter is where they've thrived. And the bucket is taken away. Francis, Boston in his 6. And I appreciate everybody pulling up to FYF Sports today, man. So many places you could be. But you guys are here with FYF Sports. That's much appreciated. If you are new and you are just finding the channel today because you were looking for some content that covers the NBA Finals, and you're here on FYF Sports again, when you come in, smash the like, hit the subscribe. Make sure you come back for the next game. We offer a lot of content. We don't just go live during the games. We do the game reviews. We do podcast episodes. We do live streams where you guys actually are able to come onto the panel and interact and give your thoughts as we go into a timeout. Reinvent Yourself said they lost the game in the first quarter. Never heard of anybody losing the game in the first quarter. I think games are won or lost in the second half, especially the third and fourth quarter, or especially the fourth quarter. Just the Warriors are hella sluggish. That's what long flights do to you. It's called jet lag. Not sure if they still have it. They've been in Boston for a few days now. Victor Johnson says Tatum will have a breakout game in Game 4, but I believe if the Celtics win this series, Jaylen Brown is the best candidate for MVP. I believe so too. Mike Jones says Boston is about to win this one. Maybe so. Curry with 20, Brown with 24. The stars are doing what they're supposed to do. For the Warriors right now, it's really been about Jordan Poole. This is a guy that's seeking a max deal going into the offseason. For him to really earn that max deal, he's gonna have to show out now in the biggest moments, right? Or he loses a bargaining chip there. He has to wake up. He says, "Don't jinx. Any team can still win." Yeah, don't jinx the Celtics. And we've seen crazier things in the playoffs. 9 minutes to go in the third. We're on a timeout. Just why is Boston dropping the helper when Steph is coming off picks? But J-Mar, I think it's about just being consistent with your game plan. Steph might burn you a few times on that, but if more often than not, he's taking lower percentage shots, I think you might have to just live with that. You cannot try to guard Steph perfectly on every play. I think you just have to put him in a situation where it's tough for him to score. He's shooting low percentage shots. You got to run with that. Cop Killer said, FYF, where's the Golden State run? It looked like Boston is the one that's making a run. They're up 13. Nothing's really changed. The quarter just started. It's 9 minutes to go. And I can't walk around guaranteeing that they're going to have a great third quarter. But that's what they've been doing throughout this playoffs. They've relied on great third quarters to keep them in games and get them back in the game. Draymond Green with another missed three. And at least Draymond's shooting this shot. But he's going to have to find a way to make some of them shots. If anything, just drive to the basket and try to create and draw something. Way out of bucket right there. Draymond Green again aggressively seeking his shot. Lead is 11, 77-66. TZB said he's not going to keep Jordan Poole. He said they're not. You don't think they're going to keep Jordan Poole? I believe they're going to keep him. The Warriors haven't been a team that just allow their players to walk when they're starting to show signs of promise. They will hold on to those guys. They don't just run to free agency. We got Hudson. He says it's the game of runs in the NBA. Facts. He says random thought for Victor Johnson. Give Looney more playing time and Otto Porter. If GS loses, Wiseman and Thompson are trade bait. I don't believe they'll ever trade Thompson. I don't believe they'll ever trade Draymond or Curry. I think those guys are untouchable. I believe Wiseman could potentially get traded. But again, Wiseman is still one of the best talents or prospects that you can have on your bench. We haven't even seen what he can or can't do. Do not believe the Warriors just trade that. Uh-oh, Baller's Life Burner account said Draymond is dirty. I don't believe he's dirty.
Nico.
Horford with another bucket. 79-66. Mike Jones said they keeping Jordan Poole. Yeah, I don't see them letting Poole walk. I mean, they've already shown that they'll go into the salary cap to keep their own players. I mean, they'll go into the luxury tax to keep their players. Just don't see it. They don't really have a good replacement for him. Klay Thompson with another bucket, shooting pretty well from the game. Leads 10, 79-69, and they're staying close. They're not, even though Golden State's playing bad, really. They're getting out-rebounded 36-19, right? They're still finding a way to stay in the game, that 10-point range. 6:49 to go in the third. And salute to Ill Will on the beat. Salute to Young Devontae. Hope you guys are enjoying this FYF Sports. Tatum with a missed shot. Can the Warriors make a run? That's the big question. Can the Warriors make a run as they score again? They cut the lead 79-71. They got it down to 8. They haven't been closer than 8 for a minute. This is where Boston has really been good about calming down, getting an easy shot, and building that lead back up to like 13 or 14. As we see, they score right there. Jason Tatum with a 3. 82-71. I said they've been doing a really good job of responding to the runs. And for us, he says, TZP Sports says, who is more valuable to the Warriors, Poole or Looney? I think Poole is more valuable, if you ask me. You got to go with the younger player. I mean, that would be smart to go with the younger guy. We got free throws here. Says Tatum is hurt. Why is he taking big shots? Why do y'all keep saying Curry? Somebody said Curry was hurt. Now you're saying Tatum is hurt. I don't know if these guys are hurt. Golden State in the game because they have championship DNA, but Kerr will get out coached. I don't know what you mean by getting out coached. Again, getting out coached, it's not about getting out coached. I mean, Kerr's been one of the best coaches of this generation. Not about getting out coached. I gotta guarantee you, if you look at some of the stuff that he's drawing up, this is elite stuff. It's about players getting out there, executing, keeping your team together, making sure they don't get too down, and they should be fine. 82-72 as we rounding out the third quarter. 5:38 left. Golden State with the ball. Step and face memory said, remember the dance? Walk down. No, I don't remember that dance. He says, I got the Celtics in 6 or 7. Brandon, you do? I don't. I definitely don't. Nice shot by Derek White. 82-73. Can the Warriors cut into this lead as they make another bucket right there? Steph Curry, who's 5 of 7 from the three-point line, the score is 82-76. 5 minutes to go in the third. Wow. And the Warriors are at the free throw line. The Warriors are at the free throw line. Just look what Kerr did to the Mavs. He said he shut them down. He's a legend, yeah. But I don't even want to say Kerr did that. That's the players execute. I mean, Luka was by himself. You guys, make sure as you come in to the panel, make sure you hit the poll. Let me know who you got winning this game. This game is it's gonna come down to the wire potentially. Salute to Ronald Jones, man. The legend, man. Ronald Jones was everywhere. He's hated because he goes everywhere, man. Salute to Ronald Jones, man. Pulling up. He speaks his mind. People hate it too. Definitely a foul on Horford right there. No question. No question he impeded his landing zone. We got Hamodi TX. Salute, man. He said I'm new. Hey, Hamodi. Hopefully I said your name right. Hamodi TX, man. Make sure when you come in, you hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe, man. And then also give me your thoughts on who you got winning this game. Who you got? You got Golden State? You got Boston? You think Golden State can complete the comeback? Y'all let me know. What you mean Draymond messing you up? He says Curry is the real problem for Boston. That was a tough shot, too. That was just a tough shot. One cool P in the chat, man. Everybody definitely support the channel, man. Appreciate you guys. Anything you do. Porter with a 3. Porter with a 3. We got Modi TX says, let's go Boston. It's 82-80. It's 82-80. And then I think somebody was just asking earlier, what about them Warrior third quarter runs? And then he got quiet all of a sudden. You know, I mean, like I said, you could keep typing in the chat. I mean, you was questioning it before. Like we told you that the that they make third quarter runs. Let's not act surprised. I don't think anybody in here, Boston fan or Golden State fan, is surprised that they made this third quarter run. This is just what this team does. That's just what they do. Golden State misses the three right there. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Crucial point in the game for both teams. Crucial point in the game because we've seen Golden State get sloppy in these moments and let that lead balloon right back up. But then we've also seen them double down, really lock in, and really dismantle teams. We got Vince Rusaro in the chat, man. He got Golden State. Hopefully I said your name right. Appreciate you pulling up to FYF Sports. Alive Inside says Warriors. He says this game is over. Hold on. Modi TX, you just said let's go Boston. Now you're saying let's go Warriors. So you just front running with the team that's going on the best run. I can swear you just said let's go Boston. Renegade says, can the Clovers hold on as Golden State makes another shot? Steph Curry with the three. Golden State takes the lead 83-80. 83-80. The Warriors got the lead now. Will Boston completely fold? Step of Faith has been consistent. He said they're going to slowly walk him down. He's been very consistent in that. We got to give a salute to Walk of Faith because he said this from the start of the first quarter when they were losing. We got Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Mahari, you got to hit my line after the game, man. Hit my line after the game. And salute to you on the house, Mahari Nation Sports Podcast, man. I seen that. That's a big move. He said that dude's a fraud. Now y'all want to call people a fraud. Steph Curry's taking over the game. Man, I told y'all this game is going to be electrifying, y'all. The Warriors is not just going to go away. These third quarters. Now, I don't know what the fourth quarter is going to look like. The Warriors could come out in the fourth quarter and completely lay an egg and get blown out. But they make it interesting, at least, in these third quarters. As the Golden State Warriors have came back to take the lead, they've given it right back. Marcus Smart knocks down a three. 85-83. Celtics take the lead back. Majestic Pharaoh in the chat. Appreciate you pulling up. Missed shot by Golden State right there. Steph Curry misses another one. Rebound by Marcus Smart. J Mar says, why is Al dropping off those Steph picks? I think they're just staying consistent with the drop coverage because the switch is not working. They just got to stay consistent with it. I think the drop coverage works for them. I mean, I don't know what else you can have them do. Draymond Green with the foul.
Purchase your track today.
And salute to Majestic Pharaoh. Appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, that was a big time three, Mahari. Mike Jones says, no, I didn't call Steph a fraud, homie. I was calling the dude that just switched. Oh, okay, I got you. We got Ark Condor. He says, who do you think gonna win the game? Y'all, I'm asking y'all that. I know who you think's gonna win the game. You got a Golden State logo on your YouTube. I mean, but we need to know your thoughts on this game. Who do you got winning? We've already broken down the numbers. The Warriors are going to have to neutralize or at least equalize that rebounding battle to a certain degree if they want to have a chance. They got to get stops, and they've done that, right? They took the lead momentarily. Marcus Smart made a big three, gave Boston the lead back. But Boston's reeling right now. When we look at the rebounding battle, right, it's 30-22. It was much more lopsided earlier. Now it's starting to balance itself out because Golden State is finding a way to get stops. We see Golden State being more aggressive beyond the perimeter, not allowing guys to just walk in the shots. Michael Francis still says he has Boston. Ball is life says Celtics in 6. I don't know. He said Curry didn't like the Twitter post. J-Mar says that's suicide in mind. You can trap hard and show. I mean, but like that right. That you can't really trap. I would say hard heads. You're not going to be able to trap Steph. He's too good of a ball handler. So you're not trapping Steph. You might be able to trap Clay, but you're not going to catch Clay on the perimeter like that with the ball. They're not going to put him. You're not going to be able to trap Jordan Poole. Remember, these are NBA players. It's going to be extremely hard to trap Steph Curry in the open court. And one thing he's great at that he doesn't get credit for is that Steph Curry doesn't allow himself to get trapped much. He's very good at reading traps before they get there. And if you start trapping, the one thing that kills a trap is if the offensive player can see it coming from a mile away. If the offensive player can see your trap coming from a mile away, it's a horrible trap. And if they start resorting to that, if you think that they've made a run now, they will have a much bigger run in the fourth quarter. I would never hard hedge this team. They're too smart. You only hard hedge and you only trap teams that make dumb mistakes. I would say trap a team like the Sixers. You trap teams that you know will make mistakes. Mike Jones says ain't no trapping Steph, he's the best shooter. No, he's just one of the smartest players. He never gets credit for high IQ. He's one of the highest IQ players in the league. He won't ever get credit for it though. Yes, sir. When you come in, smash the like. Hit the subscribe. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Warriors have made their run. They've rallied back. Remember, they were down by as much as 18, close to 20. They fought back. They took the lead momentarily. It's 85 to 83. Celtics are grasping on, holding on to a lead. The Celtics were dominating the rebounding battle early at halftime. It's starting to kind of neutralize and equalize itself out as the Warriors look a bit more aggressive. Just Blaze, you said you like this beat. This sounds like a Just Blaze beat. It's crazy that your name is Just Blaze.
Purchase your track today.
We're gonna let the beat ride. All the beats are by Ill Will and Young Devontae. Make sure you guys go check them out on YouTube. Watch Udoka switch up the coverage he made. Either way, Tatum at the free throw line, 87 to 83. They've extended the lead. We got Winifredo. He says Warriors in 6. Well, she says Warriors in 6. Winifredo Espelita. Hopefully I said your name right. Appreciate you pulling up to FYF Sports. Got the Warriors in 6. Possibly. But for them to get to that 6, they got to win tonight.
Purchase your track today.
Mike Jones says, bro, give him 100% credit. It makes Steph so amazing. He never stops moving. Right, he's so little. He has to. It's one of the things that made him great. Warriors with the bucket right there. Klay Thompson, the man who's been missing in action for the first 2 games, is now finally hitting his stride. Makes a bucket right there. Keeping, again, making this a game. It is now a game. We have a ball game, you guys. Malik Smith said Curry is a beast and is going for the dub. They have to. This is game 3. Pivotal game in the series. Boston's still winning the game, J-Mar says. It's all right. Hey, well, they very well might, because they can't stop Tatum or Brown. Tatum with another bucket right there. As Curry goes to the bench. They're giving him a breather. Because they're going to need him for the entire fourth quarter. Klay Thompson misses a 3 right there. That was a much-needed shot. Robert Williams on the rebound. He says Kerr must have money on the Celtics. Steph is pissed. Yeah, but Steph can't play the full game. You got to give him a breather. Nothing but game swag, says Warriors. Good-blooded. I'm not sure what that means, good-blooded. But salute to you pulling up the FYF Sports. NBA Talk says Tatum needs to step it up. He has been stepping it up. Tatum's been playing a very solid game today. Steph Curry with 29, Klay Thompson with 22. He's finally woke up. Wiggins with a quiet third quarter, hasn't done much, 13 points. And Looney with 6. And Jordan Poole is just completely missing in action. Jaylen Brown's kind of quieted himself, 24 points. Jason Tatum was woke up in the third, 18. Boston has to take advantage while Curry is on the bench. They definitely need to. Looks like Poole gets out into transition. Should have been a foul. Uh-oh, Porter looks like he tweaked his ankle. Jaylen Brown saying review the play. I don't think they'll review that one. He came over top of his head. That's probably going to be a foul.
Back row.
86-89, 1:21 to go in the third. Who do you guys have winning this game? We've seen the Warriors throw they own knockout blow to get back in this game. Right? Celtics shooting percentages came back down to earth for a little bit, 51% from the field. Warriors have increased their shooting percentage. They're shooting 50% as well from the field themselves. 89-86. Can the Warriors mount the comeback? Great defense, way to scramble. Chef got 4 fouls, that's why he's on the bench. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, you got to watch the fouls. You got to give him a breather. A lot of things you got to kind of game manage right now if you are Steve Kerr. We got PDK BG Podcast. He says, I'm better than Curry. I know. Probably would not be on a podcast on YouTube with us if you were better than Curry. But I appreciate the confidence. Grant Williams with a big time 3 right there. They're pushing that lead back up to 7. Klay Thompson answers back with a 3 of his own, 93-89. And the Warriors mount the comeback, or will Boston hold on to take the series lead? Appreciate you guys being here at FYL Sports, man. This is the NBA scoreboard. Right? We're just trying to bring you this game coverage. There's a lot of people out there that don't have access to watch. Don't worry about it. We got you here at FYL Sports. 23 seconds to go in this half. Can the Warriors close this half with another bucket? TZ Pieces is getting out coached. He's not getting out coached, y'all. That's not really how basketball works.
Purchase your track today.
I mean, once the game starts, the coach has very, very little impact on the outcome. Once the game starts, it's really about players. Coach's job is done in the summer, in practice, pre-game, and film study, all that. Once the game starts, it's about if you have your team prepared. PDK Podcast says elite. 93-89 to end the third. Warriors, now that they run, they made the comeback. They made this game a 4-point game. Boston fans, do you feel comfortable with where you are in this game right now? Something's gonna have to give in this game. What gives in this game? Melissa Halliday got the Celtics emojis in the chat. One cool piece that likes a free. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate that one cool piece. Let them know, man. Make sure y'all smash that like, hit the subscribe. I need to double check you. Where are we with the likes? Where are we with the poll? Gotta check all that. Celtics lore said Boston weathered the blow. Now they got to weather this fourth quarter. 559 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Was that the Warriors' best run? I don't know. I think, you know what, we haven't seen this playoff. We haven't seen the Warriors really play a great fourth quarter. And salute to Double E in the Cash App. We appreciate the support for the channel. Double E always supporting the channel whenever he gets the opportunity, man. Appreciate you hitting the Cash App tonight. We got Francesca Copeland says Bond Key. I don't know what that means. Looks like some French. I apologize. I don't know French, if that's what it is. This music is very fitting for the fourth quarter. Very climatic. We're gonna let the beat ride, man. We got 1 quarter of action left. We got Triple B in the chat. Another Boston fan. We got GG Paciente. Hopefully I said the name right. Boston in 6. You guys smashed the poll. Who you got winning this game? How many poll votes do we got? Smash the like on your way in. Is that why I'm sports? I appreciate you guys being here. Nah, Michael Rattery, I'm not turning the music down. Put some headphones on, man. Step of Faith Ministry said this is one of the best live chats. Very respectful facts. That's the best way to be, man. Best way to be, man. That way everybody feels welcome, man. This is the type of environment we try to create here at FYL Sports as the fourth quarter gets underway. He said I would play this. Play the ice when Curry comes in. If you play tight when Curry comes in, you're going to be in trouble. J-Mar says, watch for the helper. He says, watch the helper for Boston. Help up a lot more. It's easier said than done because these actions that they run happen so quickly. Sometimes these guys are already a step behind. So from the angles that we see from the camera, makes it look so easy to do. But when you down there in real time and you got so many responsibilities as a defender, you got your man. If you're strong side, you got to make sure you stay attached. Your weak side, you got to be in help. You also got to see man and ball. There's so many things. And then the Warriors are just running action after action after action as well. Foul on Wiggins right there, sending him to the free throw line to start the fourth. 4 fouls for Curry, 4 fouls for Draymond, 4 fouls for Wiggins. I told you in a game where a lot of people said that the refs were going to make sure that Golden State wins, not really looking that way. The Golden State Stars are in foul trouble. But like I said, it's not a ref's job to dish and hand out fouls equally. Fouls are not equal opportunity. They call them on one end, it doesn't mean they have to call them on the other end. Right? Teams that have been aggressive, attacking the basket, drawing fouls, those are the teams that get calls. 94-89, start of the fourth. (14 of 32 from the three-point line. Are the Warriors falling in love with three-pointer too much, trying to mount this comeback? I think they're just giving Boston a lot more possessions because of it. Jason Tatum playing authentic. Thanks for the shout out as well from Zambia. Oh, salute from Zambia. That's what's up, man. I think you might be the first person from Zambia on the chat, man. Appreciate you pulling up. FYF Sports as Boston scores again. Knocks down a 3, 98-89 to take a 9-point lead. Can the Warriors mount the comeback? Bad pass by Steph. Steph has been playing bad these last couple of minutes. Bad shots, bad turnovers. Luckily, they're able to get a stop right there. Bucket right there by the Warriors. 2-point shots made. And I think that's what they really need to go for if they want to win this game. They're going to have to tune out that three-point line and really try to chip away at it, just like they did to get back in it. They're not going to be able to rely on a lot of lucky threes to fall to win this game in Boston. Boston's too good of a defensive team. They're too sound. They're not going to allow you, they're not going to bail you out with fouls. It is intense. It's definitely intense, Triple B. Missed shot by Marcus Smart right there. But again, another offensive rebound. It's these extra points, these extra shots on goal is killing Golden State. There's trouble struggling to rebound the ball. Now you have a foul on Gary Payton. Mari Sports Nation podcast says, what a shot by Marcus Smart. Definitely. I mean, he's making big shots. He's showing up. He's making shots. 98-91. 9:51 to go. Michael Francis says, come on, Boston. Boston with the bucket right there, Tatum. 100-91 as they're making that lead that was reduced down to 2 in the third quarter, that they brought it all the way back up. So now they're giving themselves that additional cushion. Curry with another turnover. Bad pass by Curry, costing them. This 9-minute mark, the 9-minute to 6-minute mark is going to be crucial for this team. It's going to be crucial. Warriors are getting sloppy with the ball. Multiple turnovers. And another offensive rebound for this Boston team, which means they get another second chance point that they capitalize on. Grant Williams with the bucket, and it pushes them up to 11-point lead. Warriors are struggling with the rebounding. They're struggling with everything. They're struggling with ball control, ball security. They're struggling with a lot of things. You got to think. End of the third, 2-point lead. They made their run. Michael Francis says, truthfully in mind, I don't want Curry tying LeBron James in rings. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't take anything away from LeBron. Not to me. It just tells us about how, if anything, it just tells you how great the competition is in this era that LeBron's playing in. So by him winning a 4th ring, it only adds to LeBron's legacy, right? That's all it does. Because look at, he's playing in an era that's dominated by great players, flooded with them. Alexandrine Westcott says, good evening from the Caribbean island. A salute from the Caribbean island there. Wow, so many people. We got Philippines in here. We got Zambia in here, represent Zambia. We got Canada in here. I mean, so many people. Support all the way from Ethiopia. That's what Francesca says. Man, this is crazy. This is starting to become an international chat. Salute to everybody watching, man, worldwide. I mean, if this was a regular live stream, I would definitely be asking how you guys found the channel. I'm so curious to know how you guys just find FYL Sports from around the globe, man. That's crazy. Best defense wins championships. That's fact. Defense wins championships. J-Mar says, he said, see, stay up on Steph and look what happens. It's facts. With J-Mar, what you said has been right. He says, hey, Lamont, you heard the song Walk Down? Oh, he's taking shots at you, Step of Faith. Willie the Kid says, peace, Lamont. Salute to Willie the Kid in the chat. And then once again with One Cool P, the legend, one of the Hall of Famers on the channel, man, says, get them likes up. Where we at on the likes anyway tonight? Let's see where we at. I don't even know how I exit out. Man, the numbers are going up. 804 in the building. Salute. People from Zambia, the Caribbean island, everybody's in here. Numbers is looking nice, and salute to everybody that's pulled up. We've got Tyson Garcia. He says, I blame Curry for this terrible rotation. I don't think it's a terrible rotation. I mean, again, the only thing that's really hurting the Warriors is that Jordan Poole has not been showing up to be that offensive force off the bench that they've relied on heavily all year. That's really the only thing that's missing. Clay showed up. Curry showed up. I mean, Wiggins, you can probably get a little bit more out of him. But the firepower that they're missing is that scoring off the bench. That's what they're missing. And I feel like if he's not scoring, then why not try a guy like Kuminga? Super athletic, who can contend with these guys. And it also gives you a few additional fouls to use if you have to foul. Uh-oh, they say Tatum folding again. I don't want to say Tatum folding again. Tatum's been playing a great game tonight. Very balanced. 12 of 30 from the three-point line for the Celtics. 14 of 32 for the Warriors. Rebounds, 48-31. So they still have a large rebounding advantage. The number 4 says Tatum is hurt. Why do y'all keep saying Tatum is hurt? If he's on the floor, I'm not giving him an excuse of being hurt. He's on the floor. He's good. Curry showed up through 3 quarters so far. When they needed him most, he hasn't. The games are not over. What you mean when they needed him most? It's 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. There's just a lot of time to go. But Steph Curry misses another shot blocked by Robert Williams. Is he trying to do a little too much right now? 818 in the chat, man. Salute to everybody pulling up. This is how we want our live streams to be, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up all across the globe, man. This is FYL Sports. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. make sure you come back for game 4. And we also need you hitting that poll. Who you got winning this game? Wiggins with a bucket right there. We were just talking about him being quiet, but he comes up with a big bucket right there, a much needed bucket, because the Warriors were on a bit of a drought right there. Says my favorite NBA YouTuber right now. Much love. Hey, appreciate that, man. Like I said, that just motivates me to just put out more quality content for you guys. Glad you guys are here. As Boston scores again, Jason Tatum knocks down a crit. And what they're doing right here, because as that clock dwindles down, if Golden State's not eating into that lead, it's more pressure on them. Jason Tatum with a very good bucket right there. Marcus Smart with a bad foul. Where we at on the likes, One Coop P? 711 likes. We should be doing a little bit better than that, but I can't complain. This should easily be a video. With 800 in the chat, we should definitely be well over 1,000 likes, y'all. Let's get over them 1,000 likes. Really, really good game right here. Warriors get the bucket. Steph Curry, who's been aggressive. He's been aggressive. He's made some mistakes with that aggressiveness, but he gets the bucket right there, cuts the lead, cuts into the lead. Now, can they get stops, or is Boston going to continue to go back and forth with this team and just kind of dwindle their way to a win? They miss a 3 right there. That's one thing they can't do. They got to stop chucking up 3s. I think now is the time for them to get into the post. Wiggins with the turnover, though. We got Derek R. He says he's from East Atlanta, Georgia, man. We just did a stream on the other channel about Young Thug. Man, that case is messed up, man. A lot of corrupt activity going on out there. Them going after these rappers, man. Five fouls on Draymond Green. That could be crucial down the line. We got purple, silver, and black, man, with the blue and yellow hearts. I'm assuming that's a Golden State Warrior fan. Hey, Derek R., you just pulled up to the chat. Who you got winning this game? Who you got winning? You believe in the Celtics? You believe they can hold on? 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Ocho Cinco got Celtics in 6, triple Bs. He says, you are definitely my favorite YouTuber. The courtesy. Oh, salute, man. Appreciate that. Just make sure y'all continue to show up and support, man. As long as y'all show up and support, I'm going to keep dropping this content.
Yo, blame. You mad it.
And if you got music, if you're a content creator, anything like that, just let me know, right? And I'll help you push whatever content or media that you got. If you got music, send it to me. I'll play it on the stream. We got Just Free. He says, go Warriors, man. Salute. And are the Warriors going to be able to get enough stops to win this game? Are they going to be able to get enough stops to win this game is going to be a crucial question. As this time starts to dwindle and they're running out of time. Klay Thompson would have missed 3. We got KG. Says, I know the Warriors can do it. If anybody can do it, the Warriors can do it. But the way they're defending right now, that's what's getting them killed. Is the Warriors going home with 2 L's. Cop killer, man. You never know. Marcus Smart with another missed 3. But again, as we see, this is what's been killing the Warriors. Second chance possessions, second chance points, offensive rebound by Robert Williams. They're getting destroyed on the offensive glass. And this is something where the Warriors have gotten other teams. They've gotten other teams on the offensive glass. We saw how it impacted the Memphis series. All right. Luckily, they're able to get the stop, but I think they're giving Boston too many shots on goal. Also, you're allowing them to burn clock. We got you in the chat. He said, what's good, bro? Salute. Salute to you in the chat, man. Appreciate you. Foul on Marcus Smart. There's 3 fouls on him. $105.96. We got 6:20 going. 6:21 to go in the game. Appreciate you guys pulling up to FYF Sports. TZP Sports says if Thompson didn't pout whenever he missed, he could have gotten an offensive board. Yeah. Can't do that. And you know what? That's a part of being locked in, not being selfish. Pouting is bad body language. When you pout, you miss opportunities. Why do you think coaches talk about body language so much? That's a selfish play when you pout. If you really think about it, pouting and getting mad at yourself, not staying locked in, it's a selfish play. And it cost them right there. As Boston scores, they take the lead by 11 with 5:58 to go in this game. Joe says salute from Mexico. Joe, I don't believe you're from Mexico. He says Tatum is off from the arc. 107-96. Timeout. This one's almost a wrap. Malik Smith says, I'm trying to start my gaming channel on Switch. Could you give me some advice? Yeah, I got you. Malik Smith, just send me an email. business@fyfsports.com. And we can get on a call. I can give you a little bit of advice. I mean, as far as Twitch goes, I'm not the most experienced with Twitch, but I'm assuming to grow your Twitch platform, it's just probably a similar strategy to what you would use on YouTube or any other platform. We got the Holy One in the chat. It says Warriors IQ was very low. That intentional foul was their chance. I give you that. They've been playing low IQ basketball, right? Especially when you're playing from behind, you got to lock in. You have to play great for long stretches. Step of Faith says the Warriors' mannerisms are off. It is. That body language. When you're on the road and that pressure starts to mount, things aren't going your way. Obviously, the refs aren't calling it your way. You got a lot of guys in foul trouble. Steph with 4, Wiggins with 4, Draymond with 5. There's so many things, but this is when great teams find a way to lock in and stop caring about all those outside things. You got to kill the crowd noise, ignore the refs, play through the refs, and you just got to lock in. And if you understand at this point in the game, they should understand how the refs are calling the game. If the refs are calling it tight, you might not be able to reach in like you normally do. You might have to stay sound. You have to find ways to be better. But you gotta, these players have to do a better job of adjusting to the game as opposed to them expecting the refs and everybody to adjust to their style of play. Every game is different. All refs are different. Environments, all of this stuff plays a factor. Joe said he's on vacation in Mexico. Salute to Joe, man. Appreciate you, man. I mean, like I said, man, you in Mexico. Hey, I know if you vacationing in Mexico, I know you got a few extra coins, man, to donate to FYF Sports, man. You should hit that cash app. You making the trips to Mexico, you should be hitting that cash app to support them. Step of Faith Ministry said it's time to get back. Hey, it is. The players disagree with Kerr. He killed their momentum at the end of the third. Why do you say he killed their momentum? Because he took Kerr out? Because he took Steph out? He says, why does Otto Porter Jr. look like Wilt's grandson? He kind of does. That's actually a good one right there. I haven't heard that one. Again, salute to everybody for pulling up. The FYF Sports, man. Appreciate you guys being here. 5 minutes to go in this game. Who do you guys got winning? Who do you guys got winning? Can the Warriors make the comeback, or will Boston hold on to take the 2-0 lead? He says, AO 2 times says, Lamont, talk how Draymond is a walking trash can. Hard to say he's a walking trash can when he's going to be a Hall of Famer, AO 2 times. Is he having a bad game? Yes. Is he a trash can? No. And players have bad games, especially on the road in tough environments. It's hard to ask these players to be great consistently. He says you need to link your Cash App with YouTube. I don't know how you link it with YouTube. I don't think you can link it with YouTube. You just type in $sign FYF Sports, man. That's how you hit us up. Uncle B been spamming it in the chat all night. Or you could just hit the link and your phone will just take you straight there. Michael Francis says Draymond is not a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, he is. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like him, but unfortunately, he will be a Hall of Famer. Possibly first ballot. Boston up 5 minutes with 11 11 points with 5 minutes to go. We've seen crazier things, though. Oh, my God. Mahari, come on. He says Draymond Green is not a Hall of Famer. Look at his resume. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, Mahari. You got to stop. I mean, I don't know what y'all getting at, man. Y'all gotta stop. 15 to 36 from the three-point line. Steph Curry misses another three. Feel like he's forcing the issue too much, taking too many shots. Uncle Elroy in the chat, he says, poor Steph. He gets singled out on defense. So this is a good job. And another bucket by the Boston Celtics, who are starting to put the dagger in the Golden State Warriors. As Marcus Smart hits another three to further extend the lead. The Holy One says, if the Warriors come back, I'll get a Golden State Bridge tattooed. He says, I got money. Hey, man, it's looking bleak for him. I even guy says, why did Robert Horry's not should be a Hall of Fame? No, he's not. Robert Horry wasn't half the player that Draymond is. Come on, y'all gotta stop, man. I mean, look, Robert Horry never made an All-Star game. Draymond Green has made multiple. Robert Horry was never on any defensive teams, right? Draymond Green's made multiple. Robert Horry was never a defensive player of the year. Draymond Green was. He's usually always in the running for the award. Let's stop. Come on, y'all. You don't have to like him, but his career is what it is. Klay Thompson shot block. Golden State still with the ball. KG says, no matter what, I still got gonna be going with the Warriors. Step of face that they're going too far. Dre's Hall of Fame. Jordan Poole with the bucket. 98-110. Is this game over? 4 minutes to go. I don't know, Celtics lore. You got to talk to Step of Faith on that one. The Black Pride 123 says that. He said that Showtime versus Ticket was about Horry and Green. I know. Hey, if you look on my channel, Black Pride, I did a video, the comparison between Draymond Green and Robert Horry. I actually already did the breakdown. It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare accolade-wise. Their careers don't compare from college. Their careers in the NBA don't compare. I mean, it's not close. There's nothing close about their careers. Other than Horry was just at the right place at the right time on certain teams. And Horry never had the role that Draymond had. Like the championship teams that Horry was on, those teams could have won chips without him. Warriors don't win those championships without Draymond. It's not just resume, Mahari. He's a better player. Just period. There's nobody in NBA history, if you got to pick between Draymond Green and Robert Horry, nobody's going to go with Robert Horry. You would be an idiot. Step of Faith Ministry says Steph is hurt. Draymond Green with his sixth foul. Draymond Green is fouled out of this game with 4 minutes to go. Who does Steve Kerr go with to end this game? Who does he go with, man? He said the Warriors need LeBron. Sean Kemp deserves to be the Hall of Fame over Draymond. He might.
Shorty play make that shit hard.
Sean Kemp was a great player. He was a great player. But like I said, Sean Kemp was a very good example of a lot of talent wasted because of a lot of off-the-court issues. Oh, Celtics Lord singing that song. He's singing that song. Under 4 minutes to go. Time is running out for the Warriors, y'all. I mean, somebody called it in the chat, said they made their best run. As the Celtics score again, Robert Williams, they've done a good job of pounding the paint. 112-98. And I think the Warriors really shot themselves out of this game. Similar to how Boston shot themselves out of game 2. The Warriors have shot themselves out of this one. Another missed three-pointer right there by Wiggins. And again, these threes is what's killing the Warriors. And when they're not making them, they look bad. Wiggins with the steal gets the ball back. Wiggins with the bucket. What series? Who do you have winning the series? I had Golden State winning this one. I had Golden State winning the series. He says Golden State can't match this. I mean, but whenever we say Golden State can't do something, they always come back the next game and show us that they can. So I'm not gonna, even if it looks like they're gonna lose this game, I'm not gonna be one of those people to jump out and be like it's completely over, they're gonna lose. Right? The Celtics have shown their weaknesses. The Warriors have shown their weaknesses. The Warriors haven't lost 2 games in a row this entire playoffs. But right now, what they're doing is they're falling in love with the 3-point shot. They need to find ways to score with the clock stopped. That means you have to drive, go get layups. But when you got Robert Williams and Al Horford down there in the post, I can understand why they're a bit hesitant to try to drive. Because the Warriors' help defense is great. Another bucket by Smart, 5 of 10 from the floor. Great game for Marcus Smart. It's looking like the Boston Celtics are gonna pull away with this one. Really, we saw a game of runs. This was definitely a game of runs. King KO says Grant Williams outplayed your boy Draymond tonight. I mean, they just stayed locked in. Oh, One Cool P says 2,792 votes on the poll tonight. That's by far a record. That's by far a record, man. Salute to everybody who's pulled up the FYF Sports. But if you got 2,792 votes, we need to have 2,792 likes, y'all. He said this sad music is perfect for the murder. Hold on, we'll turn it up then. I don't know if this is sad music, though. I wouldn't call this sad music, though. Draymond will win. We got to stop disrespecting him. I don't know Mahari. I've played against retired NBA guys that don't miss anything. So, again, guys that are actively in the league will destroy anybody. I mean, did y'all see what the White Mamba did? Them 2 college guys thought they could beat him. He's retired just in the gym. He smoked both of them. Michael Francis says Draymond is overrated. I guess. But see, the problem is Michael Francis, when people say stuff like that about Draymond, I really have to then question your basketball knowledge. Is he the greatest scorer? No. But he does a lot of things that impacts the game with it. He's a winner. And it's not just because he got lucky and went to Golden State. He was a winner in college. He was a winner. He's been a winner everywhere he's played. Oh, look at True the King show up. So True the King went missing last game when it was clear that the Boston Celtics were going to take the L. But now True the King comes creeping around when it looks like they're going to get the win. True the King, you can't do that, man. True the King, you cannot front run like the Boston Celtics team. We've already identified that the Celtics are a front running team. They can only play when they're ahead. But you can't only show up when your team wins, True the King. True the King has become the ultimate front runner, a direct mirror reflection of what his team does when they have the lead. Come on, y'all. Everybody's calling him triple single. I guess. He's still a great player. He says Boston got the Celtics. What? What does that mean? Ignore all the critics. Got this truck. I'm a mechanic. Step of Face says, Brian, thanks for the awesome live. He says, Brian, thanks for the awesome live chat. Hey. He says, take the L, Golden State. And the chat messages are flowing in. Uncle P is waving a white flag. They need to just concede to the loss. Wow. Francesca Copeland said, I swear True the King is a bandwagon. Yeah, it started to look that way. We got Melissa Halliday comes creeping back in because she was nervous, y'all. She was nervous at first. I think I have your Cash App, J Mar. Melissa Halliday, it looks like I'm going to lose this bet. So you might have to put your Cash App in the chat so I can pay you the $10. Looks like I'm going to lose this bet. Unfortunately. I can't change the music up right now. 116-100. 50 seconds left in this game. And you got to give a big salute to the Celtics, man. They came out and won this game from start to finish handily. And to be fair, they've been the more disciplined team. They've been playing like how everyone expected Golden State to play. They've been the more locked in team. They've been the more disciplined team. And you just got to shake their hand and give them props. Right? I mean, I know a lot of people pick Golden State, but the way Boston is playing right now, you just have to give them credit for how they play. Right? And this is what you want to see. When you look at Golden State, 15 of 40 from the three-point line. That was the recipe. That was the recipe for how Boston was losing games. And Golden State, when I saw them chucking up those threes, even when they were making up their runs, it's just like, man, you guys are not doing things indicative of a team that's trying to win a championship. You're playing like a young team. You're not making the smartest shots or the smartest decisions. And so, again, Kerr's going to have to find a way to help this team get more consistent. But while Udoka, I mean, he's going to have to find a way to make sure he keeps his team even keel and level-headed. Because last year in the NBA Finals, we saw a team up 2-0 that couldn't stay level-headed. And then they got ran down 4 games in a row. So now, like I said, we still have a series, but the odds are heavily in the Boston Celtics' favor. Whoever wins 3 generally wins the series. So the Golden State Warriors right now are up against, they have a task ahead of them. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get to the box score. This game is over. This game is officially over. Golden Celtics win this one. Salute to Shelly-Ann in the chat. 2,800 votes in there on that poll. I'm about to go ahead and take that poll down because I want to lock those results in. And the game is officially over. We're gonna get to these game stats. Is this the results that y'all picked? I know a lot of Boston fans. Are Boston fans? Are y'all happy with the way? Are y'all happy with the way your team played? Are y'all satisfied, or did they leave a lot to be desired? All right, we got Just Blaze in the chat. He says the series is not over. Just give them credit. That's what you have to do. Look, I picked the Warriors to win this one. But the Celtics are making this much harder. They're making it difficult. Everything that we thought the Celtics would struggle at, they're actually excelling at. We thought the split action offense would give the Celtics problems. They've found a way to adjust. Right? They found a way to adjust, and they've been making the Warriors look like the younger, more undisciplined team. Shelly Griffin says, even though players are young core, they are well coached, and they are extremely well coached. And you have to give him that. He's done a great job with this team. And now you see the difference between the former coach and then this new coach. And his ability to get into that locker room and create a new culture, to relate to those players and get them to buy into whatever system he's running, because he really got this team to buy in on the defensive end. And that's what's really changed the game for him. Squeeze Me said, great stream as usual. Again, I appreciate you guys pulling up, man. We got to pull up the poll before I close the poll out. Get our final numbers on this poll, because, man, this poll was crazy. So we got 2,900 votes on the poll. We're going to go ahead and end it as the game is now over. But again, salute to everybody for pulling up, watching, participating in the poll. Official poll numbers was most people had picked Golden State to win this game. So the poll numbers are really reflective. Poll numbers are really reflective of what a lot of people, they thought the more experienced team, the team that's been here before, could pull this off. Just Call Me Out says, let's go. I got 200 on the Celtics winning the chip. I mean, you might be able to go. You should probably go make that futures bet. That wouldn't be a bad bet to take if you make a futures bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. And then we got to get Melissa Halliday. You got to put your cash app in the chat. Put your cash app in the chat, because I owe you and J-Mar $10. I was wrong. I thought the Warriors would be able to pull off two wins in a row in Boston, and they came in and laid an egg. I know AO 2 times. Yeah, he says more votes for the Warriors. Yeah, even when it looked bleak. Even when it looked bleak, they still, they still were saying the Golden State could win. That just tells you how many Golden State Warrior fans are really out there. All right, we're gonna run through these. So we didn't hit the. Let me pull this up right here. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna go through these last stats right here. See if we can identify what went wrong. It says our turnovers killed us in the fourth. Yeah, y'all had a stretch in the fourth. I think it was like from like the 10-minute mark to the 7-minute mark where Steph Curry just had some really, and even Wiggins had some tough turnovers. And it's just like when you're in the middle of trying to make a run against a team that's playing great defense like this, you can't continue to give them additional possessions. When we go to the Warriors' final stats, Steph Curry with 31 points, 12 of 22 from the field. I mean, so many people run to Steph and say he's not doing enough, but I honestly don't know what more he can do. He's literally showed up every game. He's done his part. He's played above his averages. It's the others on this team that just really haven't shown up to help him. Klay Thompson with 25 finally had a good game. He was 5 of 13 from the three-point line. I feel like he still shot too many threes. But again, is that a good sign for Game 4 that Klay Thompson is making shots? We'll have to see. We got Draymond Green with 2 points. He fouled out of this game with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Really not much of an offensive or defensive impact on this game. 18 points for Wiggins. Wiggins also in foul trouble himself. He played 40 minutes. And Looney, who played 17 minutes, 6 points. And when you look to the Warriors bench, you got 6 points from Otto Porter Jr. You get 2 points from Gary Payton in 11 minutes of action. And you get 10 points from Poole. So when you look at that 18 points from the bench, and it just really is not, it is when that bench has done such a good job of giving them so much scoring. I think that bench is really leaving much to desire because they're not giving them much offensively or defensively. My question with the Warriors is, why did Curry go away from Bielika? Because Bielika was really good in Game 2, but he only played 3 minutes tonight. He didn't give Kuminga much action. I thought Kuminga could have an imprint on this series with his size and length, but he's decided not to go with the youngsters. He's relying on his vets in this series. When we look to the Celtics, you got Jason Tatum finishes the game 9 of 23 from the field, 26 points, but he found a way to allow his playmaking to have an impact. with 9 assists and 6 rebounds. Horford with 11 points. Much better outing this time around. Marcus Smart with 24 points. When Marcus Smart scores the ball well for the Celtics, they're really hard to beat. And then Jaylen Brown, 27 points. Most of his damage was done in the first half. And he was really one of the catalysts that helped this team jump out to that big-time lead in the first half. And that's what ultimately propelled them to the win. You get 10 points off the bench from Grant Williams. White gave 7, Pritchard 3. Not much help otherwise. But when they had 3 guys in their starting lineup, dropped over 20 points. They all shot pretty efficiently from the field. And I think the biggest difference on the night was, their 3-point percentage did drop, but they did shoot fewer threes, 13 to 35 from the 3-point line. And then when you look to I feel like the stat that really was the difference in this game was rebounding. When you got 15 offensive rebounds, 47 rebounds on the game, they thoroughly out-rebounded the Golden State Warriors. When you look to the Golden State Warriors, they only had 6 offensive rebounds on the night and 31 rebounds. So they got destroyed on the offensive glass. They gave Boston too many shots on goal. Boston was able to get up. When you look at this, y'all, Boston was able to get up 89 shots tonight. 89 shots. They were 43 at 89, as opposed to Golden State, who was 36 to 78. So when you allow them to put up 11 more shots, it doesn't surprise me that they won by 16, right? Because Golden State was already playing sloppy defense by fouling and hacking. So you're sending them to the free throw line. So we got $312. All right, I got you. Hold on, let me write that down before I lose it. $312. All right, it's in the chat. As long as it's in the chat, I got you. I'm gonna put it in my cash app. Hopefully I don't lose the message. But again, appreciate you guys pulling up to the stream tonight. So it says $. Did I lose it already? 312. Got it. I think I have Jay Mars already. You know, I like taking the risky bets. I don't mind jumping out in the street taking the risky bets. You know, it makes it more interesting, right? And it gave people a reason to come pull back up. Bacon Pop says, killed them in the paint. Yeah, and that's another thing. We saw the Boston Celtics made a very concerted effort, right? They made a very concerted effort to look to the paint to score. Guys like Robert Williams, who don't necessarily get many touches or looks to score, they were not just scoring off of offensive rebounders, but they were looking to those guys. When they were open, they were looking to feed them the ball. And this has been one of the gripes with this team. This is where they had the most turmoil within the team and within the locker room. When you have bigs that feel like they're not getting enough touches, when you have guys that are just chucking up shots and these bigs are putting in work on the defensive side, well, now we see some balance to their offense, and it actually paid off tonight. We got Mad. He says, Draymond Green, Mr. Triple Single, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 fouls. Again, it's easy to get on Draymond. You got to think, he had a triple single in the winning game too, but nobody was saying triple single. So really, that's like low-hanging fruit. You go to the stat line. It's easy to pick on Draymond Green's stat line. It's easy to pick on his stat line, but that's not what makes him great. He's not a starter on an NBA championship team because he's not good. So, there's a lot of players that, if you look at this Warrior bench, there's a lot of good players sitting on that bench. There's a lot of talent in the NBA. He's a starter on a team that's in the NBA Finals. So again, his stats don't define him. Stats won't really define his career. And don't eat your words if he comes out next game and has a great game.
Oh, you're going crazy.
Because nobody gives him credit when he actually shows up and plays great. It's just odd that people wait till he has that one bad game and then they run to just saying he's not a good player. But he spent this whole season being great. He says ticket is going in. I don't care. Like I said, I don't know why y'all come over here and tell me that he's saying these things. That's expected. Remember, Dejon Marcus and everybody in the chat, I told y'all this. This is something that I want y'all to watch for as y'all watch other sports creators, other sports channels. Anybody that targets the negative, especially after a loss like this, as soon as you target the negative, that is an easy way for you to identify that they don't really grasp the game that well, because they can't talk about the game without just simply going to the easy things. It's easy to go to the stat line and look at Draymond's stat line and then just try to say, oh, he's trash, and then harp on them. The hard thing is to really go back, watch game film, see what really went wrong. When we talk about Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, 5 of 13 from the three-point line. Steph Curry's turnovers in the fourth quarter, right? How did those turnovers happen, right? Remember, J-Mar kept talking about drop coverage and them needing to press up a little bit. Did that bother Steph to a certain degree? Was Steph pressing a little bit, taking untimely shots? So, again, there's a lot of things that you can digest and break down without just running to somebody and just putting it all on Draymond. I mean, Draymond, nobody thought before the game started that Draymond was going to come into this game and drop 30 points. That's not his role. That's not his job. Did he play bad? Yes. But Jordan Poole's played bad. Right? Klay Thompson, even though he scored the ball a little bit better, he played bad in the fourth. Steph Curry, even though he had 31 points, he played poorly in the fourth in moments. And then as a whole unit, they did a horrible job on the glass, especially on the offensive side of the ball. As a team, what did we say they did? They allowed Boston to get 11 more shots. They allowed them to get 15 offensive rebounds and thoroughly out-rebound them overall on the night. This is why they couldn't win the game. So again, and just like Judah said, we got to get back to figuring out what happened to the Golden State Warriors defense, because they've lost some sense of their identity on the defensive side of the ball. Because I don't believe Boston's doing anything special on the offensive side that's just throwing them off. They're just being undisciplined. Where we see in stretches they can play great defensively, but then we see in other stretches they look like the Sacramento Kings on defense, just looking like they want to run up and down and trade buckets. Ayo 2 times says, how bad are the Warriors going to keep doing? They got 2 more games. I don't know. Well, the one thing you want to take into consideration is that the Warriors haven't lost 2 games in a row. So we know that they're going to come back out with a reinvigorated effort. And they know what's at stake if they actually lose. Right? There's a lot at stake if they actually lose, because now every game, they're going to be facing, elimination for multiple games, even at home. Right? So if they come out and lose the next game, I don't see them beating this Boston team 3 times in a row. So I think Golden State knows what's at stake. We just have to come back. We just have to see how the game unfolds. I'm not going to jump out and make any crazy predictions. If my prediction's wrong, I honestly don't care. I really just hope it's a good series. Extreme says bleed green. Devontae says, look, they look out of sync out there. They did look out of sync. But the teams offensively look out of sync because of good defense. And sometimes you just have to tip your hat. Just tip your hat to the Boston Celtics. They executed a great defensive plan today. They made the Warriors force shots. I mean, there were moments where Golden State made some tough shots. They made some runs. Look, they came back. They even actually took the lead in that third quarter. And so that's generally where you see young teams completely break down and give up games. I mean, they had the lead the whole game. They have a bad stretch. They give up the lead, and usually they break down and just lose the game. You got to just shake their hand. They lost the lead. They took the timeout. They came right out the timeout. Marcus Smart hit the 3. They took a 2-point lead and never looked back. That's just called staying locked in. He says, Celtics Lord says experience is overrated. Well, tell that to the Houston Rockets and Orlando Magic. Ton of talent on both teams, except Orlando. I couldn't say they have a ton of talent. But tell that to the Sacramento Kings. Tell that to the Detroit Pistons. Tell that to the Atlanta Hawks. Tell that to the Toronto Raptors. Experience does matter, Celtics Lord. It's not overrated. This is why the more experienced teams usually find themselves deep in the playoffs or in the finals And the young teams are usually sitting at home if their team is not in the lottery. Devontae says Curry's the reason. Well, that's what he's supposed to do. But Curry is also the reason why they couldn't mount a fourth quarter run because of the multiple turnovers. Remember, he had that stretch. He kept turning the ball over. Then Wiggins turned the ball over. So again, we can still, even though Curry had a great stat line, there's still points in the game where we can look at him and be like, hold on, you wasn't on your P's and Q's, man. DJ Reese says the Warriors have always been the ultimate front runners. They thrived on playing at Oracle and the flurry of the three. Well, yeah, they did. They were great teams. This is why they're looked at as a dynasty. But we've also seen the Warriors down. We've also seen that same Dynasty Warrior team be down every game to the Portland Trailblazers and win. We also saw them mount one of the most crazy comebacks against the Houston Rockets and win. And they did that without, Kevin Durant. So again, we've seen this team, at least other teams that they've had in the past, we've seen them come back from big deficits. But it's FYF Sports, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up to the chat today. Epic stream, over 2,000 votes on our poll. Actually, close to 3,000. We doubled our record. The record was 1,500. Close to 3,000 votes on our poll today, right? And that only happens when you guys are actually finding the channel, clicking on the video, and then once you come here, you see something that you like and you actively engage. So again, salute to everybody that's participated. On the next stream for Game 4, we're going to be doing some random Amazon gift card giveaways, so you don't want to miss that. And when we do our Amazon gift card giveaways, you just got to have your Amazon account ready. I'm telling you guys right now, you just got to have your Amazon account ready to type in the gift card codes. And when I put the code in the chat, it's a free-for-all for it, right? You got to load it into your account and get it uploaded as fast as you can. Right? We had one guy who got, the last time we did it, we had one guy get like 2 or 3 of them. He's just faster than everybody. I'll try to keep it fair and even. I want to give everybody an equal chance. But I'm going to be dropping Amazon gift card codes in the chat during the next stream for Game 4. All right, so make sure you guys not going to want to miss that one. All right, like I said, if you got music, anything you want to share with the stream, hit me up, business@fyfsports.com. Again, that's business@fyfsports.com. If you want to reach out to me, I know there was a guy in here, I forgot his name. I think it was Malik. You said you're starting a gaming channel up and you wanted some advice. I got you there if you actually need it. So you can just hit me up, or you can just hit me up on IG. Just look up FYF Sports Debates. Just hit my inbox on there and we can chop it up. Mad Nine says Curry was defensive liability. Could have been. They were targeting him too. That's the smart strategy to target Curry. Make him defend. Make him play on both sides of the ball. Maybe that was one of the reasons why he looked worn down in the fourth. Since Wiggy needed the ball more, yeah, I do need. I know he's the third option on that team, but I do think they need to look to him. I think right now until Clay fully turns back into Klay Thompson, Wiggins needs to be the second option on this team, not Clay. Clay needs to be the third option, and they're playing Clay like he plays the second option. Clay needs to be the third. He does. And Wiggins has those moments. When Wiggins attacks, he looks unstoppable. When he's passive, it looks like nothing he does has a major impact. Celtics Lord said we need advice on how to lose money betting against the Celtics. Here you go, Celtics Lord. Look, Celtics Lord is living it up. I'm going to tell y'all, this is what Celtics fans do, y'all. Celtics fans will overreact. You guys get one win and y'all go ballistic. I'm telling you right now, the series is not over. 1. And you still have to get 2 more wins. And you still have to get out of Boston with this next win. Golden State hasn't lost 2 games in a row. They've always found a way to bounce back. So we just got to see. Now, maybe you can start the early celebration if they win Game 4. But as it stands right now, it's still an uphill battle for the Celtics. Salute to One Cool Piece. She says hit that like. And look, before the chat ends, make sure y'all hit the Cash App to support the channel. Again, I appreciate everybody that's pulled up tonight. J Mart, I got you. I think I sent Melissa. I sent you your $10 already. But either way, man, I do appreciate everybody that's pulled up the FYF Sports today. Everybody, let's get your last thoughts about this game in the chat. Who do y'all got winning Game 4? Who do y'all got winning Game 4? I'm gonna let that sit on y'all. We got Devontae says, this is random, but I noticed your shoe collection. What's your favorite retro? Mine's is the 4s. I'm gonna say my favorite shoe, my favorite Jordan is the 13s. I like the 13s. 12s aren't bad, but I like the 13s. Tackable Pine says, great stream, man. Appreciate you pulling up as usual. Melissa Halliday, of course we know you got the Celtics game before. Celtics Laura's never gonna let them live it down. He says the walk down Celtics. Who you got winning Game 4 though, Celtics Laura? What are y'all picks? Let's lock y'all picks in early. Cause I'm gonna set the stream up for Game 4 early so I can get the poll up early. I got to get some votes in. Warriors not losing back to back. Uncle P still going with the Celtics. Triple B says Celtics Game 4. I don't know, man. I honestly can't say nothing. That's why I'm not making a pick. I was wrong. I thought Golden State was gonna come into Boston and set the tone and steal 2 in a row. Golden State wins Game 4. Boston has lost 2 home games in this series. Tackable Pond says I have the Warriors. I have the Warriors as well. But like I said, the way they've been playing, the inconsistency, the defensive lapses and breakdowns, the lack of energy and transition. I mean, plays as simple as the Jordan Poole play. When he's going for the dunk on the layup, he needs to have some sense of Jaylen Brown behind him. I know he got fouled still, but you need to be able to use the opposite side of the rim. You're not a high flyer, right? You got to be smart on those plays. Find a way to get the bucket, take advantage. I don't know. Celtics fans feeling themselves. I know. Well, they will be for the next 48 hours. We're going to hear from Celtics fans for the next 48 hours. You got Chill Will. He says Celtics all the way. I mean, like I said, and Celtics fans, you guys are going to have to also deal with the repercussions of the fake Celtics fans that are just cheering for the Celtics because they don't like Steph Curry. Because if this goes all bad, then the actions of those fans that aren't true Celtics fans are going to get tied into you guys. You guys are going to have to own all that sometime. Majestic Farrell said, remember the Sacramento Kings used to be the Kansas City Kings? No, I do not remember that. That is too long ago. He says they need to move the ball around more. Yeah, ball was getting stagnant. I felt like they were playing hero ball a little too much. And that's on Kerr to a certain degree. Kerr's going to have to figure this out. Kerr has to figure this out. The looking stagnant. They're getting off to too many bad starts. Remember, there's 3 games in a row where they've had bad starts. Why? Kerr needs to figure the answers out to this. Why are the Celtics always starting the game off lightning hot? The Warriors are always starting off sluggish. Inconsistent on both sides of the ball. Again, this is something that we have to look to. I like the fact that it's looking like it could potentially be a great series. It's not going to be a great series if Boston wins Games 4. But as it stands right now, it looks like the ESPN BPI index was right. The ESPN BPI index, which is done by a computer, said Boston has an 86% chance of winning this series. So maybe there's something to that. Maybe the computer absolutely has no bias at all. It's simply using the statistics, numbers, analytics, matchups to determine who wins. We got Whitten Friedland in the chat. Salute to you. J-Man says the Warriors will play physical next game. I mean, they have no choice. mean, the Warriors at times, I feel like they cry too much to the refs when calls don't go their way. I feel they haven't been consistent defensively. They only play in spurts. I think we've been yet to see them play an entire game of great defense. We've seen them play quarters. We haven't seen them play a great game defensively. As opposed to Boston, we've seen them play entire games great defensively. All right, y'all, man. It's FYF Sports, man. It's about that time. Looking like we're going to be wrapping this one up pretty soon here. Again, I appreciate everybody who's pulled up to the live stream today. She says, I see the ones that hop on the bandwagon when it's convenient. Oh, yeah. So if y'all lose game 4, because there's a lot of them people that's going to be, have to eat some work. But you know what? I'm just here to see a great series. I like the fact I've always liked Boston. I like their youth. I've always been a fan of Tatum and Brown. There was one point in time where I didn't feel like that combination could win, but this new coach has come in and proved everybody wrong. You can win with this backcourt. It was just about figuring out the kinks, getting the cancers out the locker room and pushing forward through adversity. And the Celtics stayed the course with their 2 stars. I mean, there were a lot of people in this era where you see teams trade players. They held the fort with their stars and said, we're going to make it work. And again, the only thing you can do at this time right now is just shake their hand. All right, just shake their hand and just understand that they've been playing great. Facts, Woku P. Y'all smash that like before we get up out of here. Again, salute to the chat. Whitten Freeland said, how do we donate? You donate with the Cash App? Or the next stream, I'm going to be putting my Zelle up if anybody want to donate with Zelle. Woku P just put it in the chat for you. FYF Sports in the Cash App if you want to support and donate to the channel. Wild23 says Boston will win the next 2 of the 3 games. Potentially. But the only way they do that is they're gonna have to beat Golden State 2 times in a row. That's something that has not happened. That's something that has not happened this playoff. So something's gonna give. Something's gonna give. He says your man Ticket is drunk right now. I don't know why y'all coming here talking about him. Why y'all do that, man? I can't. Like I said, we in 2 different lanes. He's in the toxic sector. He's in the toxic, dirty sector. I'm not. Come on, man. It's just, again, I hand out max ethers based on facts. He likes to be emotional. Two different types of sports analysts. He likes to hate on LeBron to the 9th degree. I like to call it down the line and give everybody a little bit, of ether. Because no player was perfect. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But again, appreciate Ill Will, Young Devontae on the beats, man. Appreciate you guys providing the music. Like I said, if you guys got anything you want to provide to the chat for the next stream, let me know. We will be doing the Amazon gift card giveaway on the next stream. So make sure you guys pull up, have your Amazon accounts already loaded up, ready to type in them Amazon gift cards. Because I'm going to be dropping them in the chat randomly throughout the game. I might have like 4 or 5 of them. Random values. Might be 100, might be 50, might be 25. You never know what the value might be. The only way you'll know is if you're here at FYF Sports for Game 4. We're going to be dropping some NBA film study games as well. We might do another live in between. But like I said, you never know. More than likely, we're definitely going to be doing a live tomorrow to kind of talk about the video I did about LeBron James's competition. I know we had so much engagement and from that video. I do want to discuss that because it seemed like a lot of people wanted to talk about it. But so that might be the only other live that we do in between now and the next game. But again, appreciate everybody pulling up, man. It's FYF Sports, man. It's been another great live stream video. We have the final score right here. The Boston Celtics win this one 116-100. They win it in dominating fashion, literally from start to finish. They had a small hiccup in the third quarter, but outside of that, the Warriors were really just playing from behind, just looking like they were hoping to get lucky as opposed to really going out trying to win that game. So Warriors are backs up against the wall in Game 4. They have to win this game if they want to avoid looking at elimination for the rest of the series. And again, if you're not a Celtics fan, the only thing you can do right now is tip your hat to the Boston Celtics, man. They've been playing great basketball in all of these games. And, you know, look, they've made a concerted effort to lock in on the defensive side, and we see them all making sacrifices on the offensive side of the ball. And this is one of the reasons why they are in this position. But it's FYF Sports. Been another great podcast episode. We will be back with more sports and news, but until then, it's FYF Sports. And we out, y'all.
Hey, run that shit up, Trey. Hey, run that shit up, Trey. Hey, run that shit up, Trey.
Hey, get that bag, Toretto.